We are live. Sade, welcome to the podcast.
Welcome, brother. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So I always butcher this part because I'm weird at the start of the conversations with the intro. So I'm going to wing it. So welcome to the podcast. We're here to cover everything, including business, startups, mindset, motivation, and more. We'll be talking to interesting people doing epic things and covering topics aimed to help people on a similar path. Hopefully we can extract some interesting and engaging stories from our guests in the process. So Sade, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, man.
Now, I was torn over this part because I want to do an intro, but at the same time, I want this podcast to be calibrated to people who kind of already know your story. And I kind of want it to be more authentic from that point of view.
Gotcha.
So, just if I'm going to do this, off the cuff, for people who don't know who you are, we could start with things like fitness influencer, bodybuilder, PT, business owner, entrepreneur. That's the tip of the iceberg.
There's a whole bunch of fancy words.
Whole bunch of things.
I think what you're meaning to say is I'm just a full-time sick cunt, bro.
Full-time sick cunt. So
let's go with that.
You're like, can you dumb it down for the boys, please?
They'll know.
So yeah.
They all know.
Yeah, and listen, for people that don't know, we're going to put a link in the description. I'll put a couple of links to the backstory.
Cool.
Now,
check it out, guys.
Yeah, no, we'll put in some good content. I'll let you do it too.
Easy. Sounds fun.
So what I'm going to do with this podcast, I'm going to chop it up into a few different ways. I'm going to start with just a couple of stories to kick us off, and I'm going to loop straight into the questions with you and me.
Sounds good, man.
I think the best thing about the reason we're here today is that the way that you and me met was you were having a few business difficulties.
Through business, essentially.
Correct. Yeah, but I reached out and I said, I know how to solve that problem.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, that would be really helpful. And I said, here, do X, Y, Z. We'll go have a chat, blah, blah, blah. Linked up with your business partner, John. Great bloke. Shout out, John. And, that kind of legend of a bloke.
But you know what? It's like things like that bring like like-minded individuals together. And that's like kind of like why I'm here.
That's where I'm getting, because you said to me, do you need anything? I said, no, if I need anything one day, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Fast forward a year.
You scratched my back then.
Correct.
Now I'm here scratching your back, tickling your balls.
And cupping the sack as well, hopefully.
Whatever you like, my friend.
Full service, bro.
Whatever you like.
But, bro, let me just tell you, like, man to man, I think that shows what sort of person you are. And
thanks,
I think moral, very, very, very welcome. I think morals and integrity is everything. And the fact that I called you up through John a year later, you didn't even flinch. In fact, you were like...
I might have flinched.
No.
An initial flinch.
No, but
then when I got the backstory,
yeah,
I was reminded. I'm like, oh yeah, cool.
But that's when you didn't even buckle. You're just like, aha. And you were like, it's time to pay this forward.
That's honestly, dude, that's kind of how like I operate. I like to operate on the notion of like, if someone does a favor for me, then it's my duty almost like as a man to give that favor back one way or another. And I'm a big believer of like karma and stuff like that. So I feel like what goes around comes around, and I feel like just like doing good by people will always bring like that kind of good energy onto me. So it's like I know the more good deeds I do, and the more good things tend to come my way, and life just seems to be like a lot easier. 100%. And I'm not struggling to like meet goals or benchmarks or initiate like business like ventures and
you're also
like
a product of who you surround yourself with.
Yeah, so it's all kind of like intertwined. So
correct.
Saying that, like, when you contacted me, bro, I was more than happy to come aboard.
I was very happy.
Plus, I love to talk. So, yeah.
Well, you're in good company. I don't know if you noticed, I got mad ADHD, can't sit still. So
yeah, I thought I had ADHD. Like, no, yours is off the charts compared to mine.
Man, mine's fucking intense.
I'm pretty high energy, but I don't know. You're like,
mate, this room's about to explode.
I don't know. We're gonna be talking over each other, aren't we?
No, we're not.
I'll try not to.
So what I want to also mention is that an unknown fact is we grew up in the same area. Yeah. I was in Epping, you were in Carlingford.
I wanted to tell the guys too, we're like the same age as well. We're both 37.
Yeah.
We're from like the Carlingford Hills district.
I was on Midson Road.
Yeah, but we were never like, you probably like knew of me and like, but it was just
the boys.
Yeah, it was the area.
You walk into the gym, it's just like, wait,
I see these motherfuckers everywhere. It's like, hey,
it's just like, hey.
Yeah. There was a lot of those though,
Yeah.
And there's still a few of those geezers in that gym that are still recognized. You see that big, huge Jack guy with the Ned Flanders glasses? You know which one?
I think
he's got the moustache and the light brown hair. He's always there.
What about the guy that had like bad emotional problems? And
I know which one.
Yeah. And he would throw his dumbbells and scream.
Yeah, I know which one. The Persian dude with the shaved head.
What was his problem?
I don't know.
He got bullied in high school, and he would toss me, go, "Come on, fat boy," and like he would relive his bullying trauma.
Jesus Christ.
He's probably going to kill you or me after this if he hears it.
No, he likes me.
Yeah, does he?
That's why I'm very careful what I say.
Yeah, but cool. Tell him not to come after me. And, we were...
I like him. He's just, he's crazy, man.
I mean, you can never judge a book by its cover.
But then again, lots of people might think I'm crazy, but they might think you're crazy. So
I mean,
it is what it is, bro.
There was a quote which said, the people who are craziest enough
I think he's a bit more chill now. I've seen him at the gym. He's got like longer hair now, like the hair down to his shoulders.
Bro,
and he's a bit slimmer.
He'd be like 50 by now.
He's only like 3 years older than me. I think he's like 41.
You remember we used to drive our shitty cars to the top deck?
That was the best, man. Oh my God, the sunset coming down after the gym, it was fucking nice.
You finished work at like 5:30.
It was actually really nice. People don't like the simple things back then, bro. It was beautiful.
Can I ask you, do you find, because I get this in life, like you reach a certain level where, you're doing so much, you're making so much money, you're meeting all these cool people, and like life really opens up. But sometimes you think back to those simple times where it's like you were just driving your car, throwing your pre-workout back.
Dude, honestly, I miss the simple times so much. I miss the times where like everything was just so basic. Now everything's so complicated.
Yeah.
Like life is just more like it's like a hustle now. Every day is like a constant hustle. There's always something going on in my life, whether it's here, whether it's overseas. I've always got something on my mind, and it's like my mind can never rest.
Do you love it?
Yeah, I fucking love it. I absolutely love it.
I knew that.
That's the thing. Like, I love it. I love the grind of it. I love the independence of it all. I love the fact that I don't have to answer to nobody. I could just do my own thing, be my own man, make my own decisions, make my own mistakes. I like making my own mistakes, but I could never, and for as long as I remember, even when I was younger, I was never one to take authority from another man telling me what to do, or a woman. Doesn't matter. Just anyone telling me what to do, and how long I should go for my lunch break, and what I have to do for the day's work and tasks. If I'm 2 minutes late to work, I get crucified and get called in for performance management.
Well, your first job was a PT, is that right?
No. PT was like more when I started moving towards my passion for fitness and training. But my first job, bro, was actually I worked at McDonald's when I was 17 years old.
Yeah, which one?
Yeah. It was the Carlingford one.
Yeah.
Funny enough. Yeah, no, wait, hold on. Let me try and remember. Carlingford.
At Carlingford Court?
No, I don't think it was that. Yes.
Yeah.
It was Carlingford Court, yes.
And then you did training at Carlingford Gym.
And then after that, I did Woolworths when I was like 17 and a half. So
I did shelf stacking.
Yeah. I think I was just replenishing produce at the time.
Yep. So was I.
I did the McDonald's at 17, Woolworths at like 17 and a half. Then 18 to 22, this was actually an interesting period of my time. I actually like noticed that I enjoyed more physical work, and I moved into picking and packing. So,
I did that as well.
Warehouse work.
Was it out west?
It was in Rydalmere. Symbion headquarters.
Yeah, I did mine out in that industrial area as well.
They were called Folding. It's like a proper industrial area. I was driving a forklift, man.
Well, yeah,
I had no forklift license.
Fancy pants, I didn't have my forklift license.
Really? But it was the best. I'll like jump in there, fucking lift the crane up, pull out the pallets and shit, and I'll be stacking the pallets, putting the boxes, and bro, it was the best. Like I would have my headphones in, just listen to my music.
It was chill.
Because my mind switched off, and it was physical. I loved it, bro.
Can I ask you, when your mind was switched off and you're just doing your packing and your forklifting, like, was that the period where you're just dreaming about what you actually want to do?
Shit, that's a good question. How can I answer that? Let me think. I don't think I was dreaming or thinking of doing anything at the time. To be quite honest, I never thought I'd be in the position I'm in today. I didn't. It just kind of like happened.
Right. So So what happened from here was obviously the gym transition period is a pivotal period for your life.
Yeah. So the gym started when I was 18.
And that's where the confidence starts to grow. I guess when that seed was planted, like at what point did you realize that this could become something really big?
That's a good question. I felt it could be something really big from a young age, from like 23, 24. I was already looking at ways of like escaping the matrix. So I was looking at ways of kind of like working for myself and not having to work for an employer or a boss. So initially, the first thing that popped in mind, okay, I love fitness, I love bodybuilding, let's be a PT.
Right, so how you got into the PT?
Yeah, so I
did 21, 22?
No, a little bit later. I was always a late bloomer at everything. 23, I finished my PT course, and at 23, I became a PT at Fitness First Castle Hill.
I thought it was Carlingford for some reason.
No. I never wanted to be a PT in my home gym. Too many people knew me, and I wanted to be like in a different area, different demographic of people and clients. So,
Fair call.
And I did that for a while, and funny enough, I'm taking a bit of a tangent on this question, but now that I'm like doing so well in my businesses and they're all like kind of like self-sufficient and I have people working and running them for me, and I'm like essentially just like the face of many of my own businesses, like just doing like content on my phone, like Instagram stories, videos, photos, content as we are now. I've kind of like got the urge to move back into PT, but not like full time because I don't got the time.
Really?
Maybe like 5 to 10 hours a week, 5 to 10 clients max, just for like, and it's not even about the money because it's not that much money.
What sort of client would you enjoy working with?
Like people that just young kids, young boys who are just like serious about putting on muscle or losing weight. So like very specific set of clients that I would like to work with, and just for more giving back and feeling good.
Can I ask you a question?
Because I enjoy that, you know? But
No,
I feel like
I
if I
do.
did it more than 10 clients, it'd feel like a job.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Do you feel like you would enjoy working people that you see yourself in?
Yeah, of course, yeah. That's why I mentioned
it's-
like
it's
the
almost
young boys that like I see a lot of myself in a lot of these young kids these days. They're like a little bit misguided, a little bit like, you know, off of the fairies, that they don't know what they want, they don't know where they're going. But you know what? That's like kind of fucking normal when you're like 18 years old. Like you're not supposed to know what you're going to be doing. Like your brain's still developing up until you're like 25, so it's like completely understandable.
Well, I mean, if you gave like young you and me the kind of the
Oh my god, if I had my brain now at 18 years old, I'd be a fucking mastermind.
You would be, but also if you had the money you have now at 18, you'd be a horrible person.
I'd be the worst.
I would be a piece of
spend
shit.
it all on partying and
I would think I was so cool, but I wouldn't realize that I wasn't that cool, you know?
Yeah. So it's like, if I feel like everything happens for a reason at the right times, God kind of like puts a plan for everyone. And I feel like, if I had the success, the fame, and the money at 18, dude, I probably would have crumbled.
Yeah, I think
To be quite fair,
I think you need to.
it was a gradual process for me, and because of that, I just became accustomed to it. It just became like kind of like.
I think you need to earn it.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. People that are just like thrown straight into the spotlight young age and just get huge amounts of money, fame, and status. Especially like, you know, people like, I don't know, like girls or guys doing OnlyFans are just kind of getting all this money and all this status at such a young age. They get so like warped from it, and they don't like understand the value of like hard work. It just comes to them like that.
Yeah, and when you get too much too fast, it's dangerous, bro. It's very dangerous.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm going to give you credit for something which I don't know if you've thought about this before, but to an extent, and this is just because I think I'm in a good spot to kind of identify some of this stuff, just having grown up in the same area and seeing the same things. Like, in a way, when you guys kicked off this concept, right, which is kind of more or less, I want to come up with a better word than fitness influencing, but like spreading the message of like improvement and well-being online. You guys kind of like pioneered the concept of that before Instagram, before TikTok, before anything. Like, you kind of like, I don't know if I want to say you were the first fitness influencers, but you were the first ones I saw to kick off the idea ever. Because you guys were even doing short form videos.
I mean, a lot of people would like to dub us as the first ones to do the social media influencing game.
Especially in fitness.
I genuinely think we were, because at the time, the only things you would see from bodybuilders in the fitness space was like Ronnie Coleman, Jay Cutler, Phil Heath, and you just see like them on magazines or them on like, you know, like on TV or on the news.
Wasn't
they
relatable.
wouldn't have their own Facebook pages or like, dude, I was doing social media back when it was MySpace, back when I was like when I was an 18-year-old surfer kid with long blonde hair and a little goatee. I still remember I had my MySpace page. And my name was called Fight Star because I liked this heavy metal band. Yeah. And I had like this rock music playing in the band. It was all dark.
Wait, how good is it when you have your background music?
Yeah, it was the best. Like,
and you got your top friends?
Dude, yeah.
If one of them does a crime, you move them to number 4, and you're like, nah, you're number 4.
Days. Yeah, I'm like, fuck this guy, man. You're getting demoted.
Yeah, you're a dickhead. You're number 6.
But dude, let me tell you, like, it was a very interesting time because I was doing that just for fun.
MySpace?
And I was enjoying social media and conversing with people and posting. Like, I remember even still then I was posting lots of photos of like you know, what I'm wearing, where I'm going, what I'm doing, what's going on in my life.
Oh, this is on MySpace?
Yeah, back before I had any fame or status.
So you're like putting it all out there back in the day?
Yeah, I was just doing it because, I don't know, I enjoyed it, I guess. I just enjoyed it. I don't know why.
Do you know something else that I think you guys pioneered? I know I've used that word twice now.
Go on.
But like, meme culture. The culture of memes.
I think I'm like at the level I've almost become a meme myself. Well, not quite as bad as Mike O'Hearn, but
no. This is before. Like, can I ask you about a few that I don't even remember what they mean? What's Padawan?
Padawan?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a Star Wars reference.
Is it?
Yeah. It's like a young Jedi in training.
Yeah, because remember everyone would give each other
Padawan.
Yeah, off you go, Padawan.
Yeah.
And
it's like a Jedi in training.
Okay, so that's that one. What about Peppered Angus?
Peppered Angus. Oh, now I'm liking this fucking podcast. All right.
I
cool.
told you it was going to be good.
Peppered Angus. You know all the fucking lingo.
Bro, I'm
Okay,
OG. I'm OG, yeah.
Peppered Angus, for those that don't know, basically it refers to preparing your anus for butt sex. But I mean,
said it so graphically.
That's essentially what it is.
So what would one
prepare your anus? Pepper your Angus.
What would one pepper their Angus for?
It could be used in many ways. It could be used as like a way to like, push and motivate the boys before you're going clubbing. It's like, oh yeah, pepper your Angus. You're gonna have a big night. So like that's like not in a gay connotation. That's like saying have a bad night, have a sick night.
So it's like get prepared.
And then another time you could be like, you could be talking about getting in a fight with someone. It's like, oh fuck, I got this fight with this dude, and someone's like, oh bro, pepper your Angus, bro. It's gonna be a hard fight. And you're like, oh shit. So it could be used in fear.
Okay.
So there's many ways of using pepper your Angus.
Okay, so Padawan.
That's what made it so beautiful.
Yeah, it seems very applicable across the board. It's
could be whatever you want it to be.
A universal.
Open for interpretation.
Okay, got it. So Padawan, peppered Angus. There are a couple of other memes back in. What was that little Russian kid that came up with a character, Andrei Skoromny? Do you remember that? It was this big bodybuilder.
I know who you're talking about.
He had broken English, and he came up with a meme page, and he's like, he would call a picture a pictor, and he would like, it's his meme character. I don't
remember that page, but I could tell you some things I do remember. I remember all the hype around Klaus. You remember Klaus?
Oh, no. Who is that?
The Swedish fucking dude with the Jack jawline, and everyone's like...
Nikita. I'm thinking of Nicky Brah, Nikita. Little Russian kid.
He's a loser.
But he's the one that made up the meme. That's
I didn't know that, yeah.
Right, yeah. A lot of these kids just stay at home and just do memes.
They're all geeks, man.
So who was the one you're talking about? What's the meme you're talking about?
Klaus. It was just like, I think, honestly, it was written around 2007 times.
Yeah.
It was just like this Swedish like fitness model, and he just posted some photos of himself, and everyone was like in before Klaus or Clive, the eras of Clive, in before Clive, or good job Dave Mann, and all this kind of
what
stuff.
What about like
come at me, bro? Like
this /10, that /10.
Oh yeah.
In before /10.
In .jpeg. I still use these fucking terms now.
Yeah. Does it feel weird to hear them coming back?
No, I love it.
This is your life,
bro. It was a great era. It was a great era. I actually missed that time, to be honest.
Bro, and isn't it funny now? You post an update on Facebook, nobody sees it. Because the platform's broken.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's just ads.
Why do you think that's happened?
Because so Facebook used to be a platform for sharing content, and when it hit like critical mass and it got big enough, they said now we're going to monetize it. But the monetizing process overtook what it was originally meant for. So content sharing is now for Instagram, and basically you get 1/10 the reach through your Facebook. So it's just for news, ads. It's the money making machine.
It's sad how it just always turns into money. And you know what? I'm calling it now. In the next 5 years, Instagram's going to crash.
I reckon Facebook's going to crash if it's not dead already. I think it's done. I think it's a shot dark.
Yeah.
If you post on there, will anyone see it?
On my fan page, surprisingly, like the engagement's still kind of good for me. I can get anywhere from like 50 to like 300 comments, so it's still there. I've still got that cult audience, and that's like big for a page as small.
I wonder how they've kept you alive, because they don't share anyone else's stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. It must just be interesting for people. I don't know. People
maybe you're in like a secret category where they like people want to see what he's doing.
I don't know, because I've looked at some other big accounts, like they're following on their Facebook page like 2, 3, 4 million.
Yeah,
and they're getting the same engagement that I'm getting on my page, but I've only got 200,000 on the page on Facebook. So yeah, it's weird.
So you reckon Instagram's going to crash? What do you reckon Facebook's going to do?
I think Facebook will stay the same. I think, like you said, it's just going to stay for like business and like
I think so.
More for like baby boomers, just like keeping in touch with people and things like that. Carrots, great roast fucking chicken last night.
Yeah, or your aunt like writes your life story on there.
Yeah, it's just it's all that kind of stuff. I think it'll stay for reasons like that.
Yeah,
for the boomers. I think Instagram is like a sinking ship. I think TikTok is the future at the moment.
Bro, TikTok's...
Because the people's like attention span is getting a lot shorter these days. So like people are not going to sit there and watch long format videos. Especially like YouTube as well. Like YouTube's tanking it a little bit. So
what do you think's going to happen to the podcast format? Because that seems to be popping off in parallel to TikTok.
I mean,
which is
everything
weird.
has phases, dude. So this is the podcast short reel phase. I mean, you know what I mean? So I think it's going to run for a little bit, and then I think people are going to start craving more longer format. It's just like a cycle, man.
Yeah,
you don't know where it's going to go. You don't know.
Don't even know what's going to come next. You know?
Yeah,
could be another platform we haven't even thought of.
Yeah, but I think people like real, people like vulnerability, people like genuinity. I think that's in now.
Do you know what's so funny you mentioned that? So part of my business is we've got a talent agency. We've got 450 influencers on the books.
Yep.
And if we get a girl with big tits that does a post, she might sell 2 units of product. If we get a girl who talks about her mental health and her struggles, she might sell 200 units of products. And so...
And you know, the hot girl with the tits probably would have sold more standing next to a Lambo in 2015 on Instagram.
Probably. But
now people want more genuine. People want more real. People want less fabricated.
It's so funny you say that because we've quantifiably shown that. So we've literally stacked 10 against each other.
People just got over like the fancy edits, the picture perfect photos.
People want to see stuff that's real.
Like, even on my Instagram, like if I post a selfie of me in the bathroom, like flexing, that will get more likes and more comment and more engagements now than a professional photo shoot pic.
Yeah.
So it's just basically killed photographers in the ass. So
yeah, do you find that when you're just talking about stuff as well, it resonates more with people versus trying to do something?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's almost like the less you try, the more real it is and the more attention you get.
Yeah, but it's like I said, it's changed. In 2015, that stuff was in. So that's what people wanted to see. People wanted to see... you know, in the fitness space anyways, people wanted to see like a muscly dude with chicks around them, or a guy next to a nice car, or a guy like on holidays in the desert, on riding a fucking camel in Dubai, you know? And now they don't want to see that. They want to see like, and as fucked up as it sounds, they want to see like trauma. They want to see like maybe... Like, you know, if you post a photo of an injury and you're in the hospital, they're like, oh shit, this guy's going through something. Let's support him. Let's hope he gets better. Or maybe just posting, just like I said before, like a normal selfie in the bathroom mirror, or just like a built-in robe, like a photo like that. Like I said before, will do way better.
Can I throw an idea to you?
Sure.
Do you think that, given that we've been exposed to such fake, manufactured content for so long, that people crave reality?
Pretty much, dude. Yeah, it became and it's just not just a shift on social media, it's a shift in culture. That's why there's more reality TV shows now. Like, you know, you go on MTV or you go on Netflix, there's, you know, you got like what are these shows they call? They got the one with the cone and shit, Too Hot to Handle, and all these dating shows. And Married at First Sight. That's the one. That one's a bit fake, but like they've got all these like shows there.
They massacre some of those contestants, bro.
I know, right? They're just trying to like show people in a reality setting, like, and capture real emotions, real feelings, real conversations, people actually arguing and fighting, because not everything's all sunshine and rainbows, as we know. So I think people just got over the fact of seeing a fake, you know, a fake kind of like a montage of photos and videos on Instagram. Yeah. That it was kind of inevitable for the change to happen. People wanted to see real. People wanted to see genuine.
Yeah,
and that's where people like me have come in and shined.
Well, but bro, because can I tell you why? And I think that's to a credit, because that's what sells. Real sells now. People genuinely want to see real. And you know, I'm sure that's translated. I think it specifically translates, correct me if I'm wrong, through to your clothing brand, because it's a
definitely. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it all. Sorry, I cut you off, but
that's all right.
In saying that, it's my sales now for my clothing brand has been the highest they've ever been, compared to like when I first launched in 2015, 14, when I launched Subversion Fitness. So my clothing sales are higher now. So I attest the sales due to the huge influx of my popularity spike on TikTok.
Right.
On Instagram.
Did that take off pretty quick, did it?
Yeah, in the last like year, I've just blown up. Like my following was like 290k about a year and a half ago. Now I'm like on 480k or something. Yeah, right. Almost 500,000.
Yeah.
So everything's growing. I'm about to launch a Netflix movie next year.
Legit
as well. So there's a few things coming.
Is it going to be a movie or a reality style?
Actually, documentary.
Right.
It's a documentary slash biopic.
Their documentary team's going to bankroll that.
I haven't looked that far into it just yet.
Okay.
I just know that it's getting to a stage where I'm going to have to lawyer down and obviously protect my assets and my story and move forward. So
really?
Yeah.
Have you signed any terms or anything?
No, not yet.
Right.
Just basic stuff at the moment. We're in the process of actually filming a pilot episode for investors, and
I can help you with that.
Yeah, and Screen Australia. It's already underway. So
I think those guys are investing heavily into content that people want to see, because the race to get as many eyeballs as possible is heating up, and they've just basically got a huge bucket of money. So anything that's cool that they can grab eyeballs, they're funding at the moment.
Yeah. And like you know, they know what is going to catch heat or not, because it's their job to kind of like pick up on like, all right, this is a good story. This story is going to like, you know, bring lots of viewers. Viewers is going to bring money. Everything is like kind of like a business prospect these days.
How do you think? Because like, there's two ways they could go, right? They could go the documentary route, or they could go the movie route. The problem with the movie route is sometimes it's not going to capture the quality of like the life that you've lived, right?
Because the movie route, yeah, exactly right. The movie is it's not always accurate to the actual story, is it?
Correct. No.
That's why it's called a movie, because there's a lot of make believe, and there's a lot of you know, there's a lot of fiction in there. But a documentary is raw, real, and genuine. So that's why I decided to go down the documentary path.
I just got like goosebumps talking about that, because I was just thinking about something. I honestly think from day dot, the reason the content that you guys have put out has been received so well is because it's shot on like shitty old phones, and then it's hacked together with like, you know, standard production quality, and you put in some like hype music, and then it just feels fucking real, right?
Yeah, and I've still kept that kind of rawness to my socials, especially on my Instagram or my stories. I don't do these fancy high editing edits with super fucking 7K tech cameras, and you know, super quick edits. Cameras. You know what I mean? I don't really do that for my story. My story is very raw. Like, it's like from when I wake up to when I go to bed, what I'm doing in my day, and it's just like all done on basic editing software.
I think a movie could capture that though?
No, definitely not. I don't think so.
So you reckon the docu-series?
I think documentary is the right way to go, to be honest. Yeah.
Would you be looking to kind of pull in some of the old crew to talk about this and that, or how would you approach that?
Yeah, there's a few people that are going to be on there to speak about
few Padawans.
Yeah, a few of them, that are going to be on there to speak about their relationship with me, and you know, the movement, and what they were a part of, and how it was all like kind of like perpetuated and unfolded at the time. I didn't pick too many. I picked like 2 or 3, and I can't really disclose them now. But you guys will see in September next year.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
So
hopefully, I think it's around September. They said like a year and a half. So
it sounds like you got like a soft commitment on this. Like, it's going to go ahead.
Oh, hard commitment. It's happening, and I'm very, very well balls deep in it right now.
Right, right. So the Angus is peppered.
Angus has been peppered a long time ago, mate.
Bro, so that's exciting. So September next year.
2 years from when we ventured on the project, I think will be September next year. Fingers crossed. Knock on wood.
No, I think you'll be fine, bro. Yeah. How does it feel?
It's a lengthy process. It's a very lengthy process.
Anything good takes time.
Yeah,
we've set up businesses, bro. I'm like, this will be ready in 2 months. Fucking 2 years later. It is a year.
Yeah, it takes like a year. Yeah,
but I have this like over ambitious thing where I don't know if it's like hyper optimism.
It's more excitement. Because I get the same thing too.
Yeah,
like
you get heaps pumped up.
I'm about to launch like a pre-workout.
Yeah,
very shortly. With like a few business partners behind the scenes, and you know, supposed to launch like in February this year, and every few weeks it's postponed by another 2 weeks, another 4 weeks. This guy's gone on holidays.
I know about this venture, by the way.
Yeah. The pre-workout, and I'm like, this is happening, that's happening. So it's like I just have to like kind of wait, and I can't really do much about it. It's like kind of like, you know, like sometimes people go on holidays, sometimes people take breaks, sometimes there's hiccups in business, sometimes formulas aren't correct, sometimes something takes shit and you got to go back to the supplier and just try a different flavor, try a different approach.
It's so refreshing hearing someone go through my struggles that I've had to go through.
So it's just like, fuck, I'm just not going to like attach myself to the idea of like launching something too early that it's not perfect, and I'm just going to enjoy the process. So
it's also like the iceberg where like when it works, everyone sees this part, but nobody sees everything that happened prior to that, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Nobody sees the failures and the fuck ups, and this didn't arrive.
There's a lot of bullshit that goes behind it, but I mean, it's fun. I enjoy it.
Bro, I live for it.
It's like a thrill to me.
I wake up every morning.
Get off on that shit.
Yeah, I joke off over it.
Me too. I joked off before I came here. What do you think? I'm so
bro,
comfortable
this is the
great, bro.
I was wondering why you're so relaxed.
Nice fucking wank and a coffee. I'm good to go, brother.
Just a couple of boys jerking off and having a podcast.
Oh,
I want to talk about kind of how I wanted to approach this is, you know, I've seen the other podcasts you've done and they're good.
Which ones you like? Which ones your favorite one?
I'll be honest with you. I thought Bradley Martin was good. Fresh and Fit was good. You know my favourite one?
Which one?
Spanion.
Yes.
Do you know why it was my favourite?
It was the most real one, huh?
It's just the boys, bro.
It was genuine.
Because you know you and me talk. Fuck the cameras. Pretend they're not here. We would talk like this anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
So when you guys
keep it chill,
when you guys were talking,
it was just 2 men talking,
and he asked you for your subs advice, and you start talking real. It's like the cameras just disappear, and the consumer of the content, they're just in the table with you.
They're in the conversation, because like even like reading the comments after that podcast, a lot of people, you know, the ones that didn't fuck with me at the time ended up fucking with me afterwards. They were just reading the comments and like, fuck, we kind of like this dude.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like he's just very raw, very honest, not afraid to show his emotions. Like he's very vulnerable, but he's very true to himself, and he's like, you know, just himself.
Well, I think that's why everyone likes Spanian as well.
Yeah,
because he's
just
real.
himself. You know,
and the thing is,
Spanian is Spanian, just like Chestbrah's Chestbrah, bro.
Yeah, like
what you see is what you get.
Correct. And I think if you try and overthink that, you'll fuck everything up.
Pretty much.
The harder you try to be anything.
But then if you try to be someone you're not, it normally comes out with enough airtime and hours and camera. Like people see you for who you truly are. You know what I mean? So you can't like fake it till you make it maybe worked back in like 2015 social media days. But now it's like, mate, you got to get yourself in front of a camera and talk. And people will know real damn quick what kind of person you are just by, you know, even a few minutes of you conversing.
We were talking about fake it till you make it. One cultural thing I experienced going to America was that there are so many frauds and sharks there that it's so hard to identify who's real. Did you get exposed to any of that?
A little bit, yeah. So I've done a few trips to LA, and it's an absolute shithole, man.
Bro, I can't even.
I hate it.
I lick the ground
it makes me so happy to live in Sydney, man.
Bro, it
not only
makes me
that,
sick.
like everyone's like so aggressive out there, man. Fucking insane.
And they're frauds.
Everyone's a fraud. I would meet like chicks out there saying, "Oh, I'm working for a record label. I've got my music video coming out, and it's gonna be with like Snoop Dogg and this and that." I'm like, cool story, bro. I just know. I just know they're talking shit.
We would meet talent managers out there and be like, okay, we can line you guys up this one, and we would maybe know one or two of them, and we'll call their manager directly and say, do you know this talent agency? Like, nah, they're just trying to like front run it. They don't even know who these people are.
Yeah, they're literally faking it till they're making it, but it's like
which makes it hard to do business.
Yeah, no, not really. It's kind of easy. You can see the genuine people from the fake ones.
You think you got a good radar for that now?
Yeah, I'm pretty good at it. I can normally tell if someone starts tooting their horn too early or just like too boastful about their bullshit. I'm just like, this cunt's full of shit. So now, I don't even bother, you know?
Do you like, because I've got a lot of people around me that I trust that can filter a lot of this out. Do you have people with you when you're over there that can help you with that?
Good question, actually. I normally go on my own to these trips and just handle my own affairs, do my own things.
You lone wolf it over there?
Yeah, bro. I mean, I'll stay with friends. I've got friends in LA, but like I won't bring anyone from like Sydney or any of my like Sydney boys up there. Like I kind of just do my own thing. But I guess because I've been
move, bro. Well done.
I like it. Just put myself out in the deep end. But the thing is, like when I'm out there and I'm like conversing with all these quirky, kooky, different LA characters, and let me tell you, bro, like half of them don't have fucking souls, man.
Oh, no,
I'm not even fucking kidding you.
Bro, they kill you, they wouldn't even care.
I'm not even kidding. Like, they don't have souls. They're just not real, normal human beings.
If they can make money out of you, they'll kill you. That doesn't mean anything.
Pretty much. So I've just got like a bit of a sixth sense about it, and I just kind of like smile and nod and just like, you know, be there but not quite be there. So like I'll only give myself fully and completely if I know someone's genuine. Yeah. And then they'll get the true version of like Said. Otherwise they'll just get fucking Chestbrah.
Yeah.
I'll just give him Chestbrah. Yeah, sup sick cunt.
That's good.
And I'm real good at playing it off, you know what I mean? So I'll just do that. But if I see someone's like real and genuine, then I'll be more vulnerable, I'll be more myself.
So you share the good energy with the good energy.
Yeah, bro. That's like if you're if you're a shit cunt, I ain't about to tell you nothing about myself and give myself to you.
Well, you have
and that comes from experience from being burnt in the past by a bunch of shit cunts. So.
But you have to be like that, man, because the thing is, if you, and I've done this before, if you give too much of your good energy away to the wrong people, you're gonna make yourself bitter. You're gonna ruin your own positivity.
Yeah.
Whereas if you give it to good people,
energy is like contagious, dude. So I feel
100%.
I feel like you can't really sit with someone and like it's like opposing energies because it's like a magnet, you know.
Bro,
what I mean?
What about
you want to be people that like kind of like the same energy?
How do you deal with the negative energy people?
I get rid of them.
Yeah, same.
I don't even have them as friends.
I
remember having friends that were always negative, and I'd pull them up. I'm like, mate, keep your negative shit to yourself. Like I'd literally tell them with no fucking shame.
Some people don't get it though.
I'll tell them, I'm like, keep your negative shit to yourself. I don't want to hear how shit your life is, this and that. And then some of my friends of past will think I'm selfish for it, or they'll tell me that you only care about yourself or you're narcissistic. I'm like, no. If you want to elevate and do well in life, you want to be surrounded by positive energy, by good people, by good influences.
Bro, can I tell you, I had someone, I don't know, it was this girl that didn't like me at the time. I don't know what happened, but she's like, you're a narcissist. I'm like, why? She goes, oh, you this and that, and you make money here, and you got. I'm like, but those things are true. I do those things.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. And let me speak up on this. Let me speak up on this. All right. So you have to be a narcissist to be good in your field. You have to be a bit of a narcissist to be successful. You have to be a bit of a narcissist to get yours, essentially. So if someone calls you a narcissist, it essentially means you're obsessed with your craft. You're obsessed in becoming a perfectionist at what you're doing. So it's just something that, you know, an ill-minded, insecure person would say when they see someone who's great and amazing.
You know, there's a medical phrase, it's called adaptive narcissism. It's where you put a good dude into a CEO's position and they have to adapt the qualities of, I'm going to succeed, I'm going to kill it, I've got this, I know what I'm doing, I'm confident. And I think people see it as a bad thing, but you're right. The reality is sometimes you need that to survive.
You have to.
Or how are you going to succeed in business if you're like, oh, I'm not that good and I should be a little bit humble. I should put a shirt on because my muscles might make people uncomfortable.
And that's the thing. Look, humble is a word used to keep people that are elevating up here, down here with the rest of the common average folks. So humble, I don't like that word, man. I like to say modest, you know? Like, you can be modest, but fuck being humble. If you're fucking good at something, be loud and proud, man.
Bro, that's what I say to people.
Be loud and proud.
Dude, can I
people
tell
like,
you?
oh, bro, like, I have some people telling me to, like, be humble about, like, my bodybuilding and like my physique, but why should I, bro? I'm built like Michelangelo to Zeus.
Nah, man, you're making people uncomfortable. Put a towel over those muscles. Like, we don't want to see that.
I'm proud I built this body, so why should I be humble? If I can inspire other insecure young guys to like be confident in their skin through, you know, empowering them to be confident and powerful and stoic and strong, why wouldn't I do that? Why would I tell them to be humble? I'll tell them to be proud of who they are and be more confident. That's what I'll tell them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll tell them to actually like be more comfortable in their own skin.
So there's also a parallel between what you're talking about and what your business is self. For example, you're talking about being the best.
I love this side of the conversation.
Being the best version of you, looking good, feeling good, having muscles, having good skin, having good hair, wearing good clothes, just looking after yourself. And do you think it's no coincidence you got a skincare brand, a hair care brand, a supplements brand, a clothing brand? Like, it's almost like you've correlated your businesses to your ethos.
Exactly right. Yeah, I got no words to say to that except the fact that I basically decided to monetize my passions and hobbies in life and give back that positive energy and influence that changed my life to my followers. So I thought to myself, okay, shit, I really take pride in, you know, having nice skin and nice hair, because I feel like putting your best foot forward and looking good and presentable is, you know, will get you that job that you're trying to get, will attract that date of that girl that you're really, you know, eager in seeing and getting to know, the girl you've seen at the gym or at reception. You know what I mean? It just allows more doors to open for you. So I noticed how it changed my life. So I'm like, okay, shit, how can I help a generation of young, insecure men to be more comfortable in their skin? I'm like, all right, let's start with hair and skin, some things that men don't talk about or are too shy to speak about because they think it's like fruity or like, you know, it's only for women. So I thought, let's normalize this shit. Let's tell men, hey, it's actually okay to look after your skin. It's nice to have good hair. And I'm going to show you guys and lead you guys in how to do it correctly. You know, I'm going to tell you guys what products to use. I'm going to tell you guys how to do it, and you guys are going to feel amazing.
How does it feel to like? Because I know this feeling because I've got so many brands. I've lost count. But for me, the feeling of like creating something in here, putting it out there, and then thousands of people validating your creation by buying it off you. How does it feel to have created these products which you then put out into the world, which people buy, which gives you validation that you've kind of helped them in a sense?
Look, initially it was extremely overwhelming, and it felt amazing. Like sometimes it felt so good, it would actually bring me to tears.
I've had that feeling before.
I'll sit there at night and I'll be taking a shower after the gym, all on my own, in my own thoughts, and I would literally just like rest my head up against like the glass window in my shower and just bawl my eyes out, bro.
Really?
I'll just start crying.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it was just so overwhelming that I would like just thank God and just be so grateful that I have this influence on men. It would actually bring me to, I'm actually just getting emotional.
That's beautiful.
Thinking of it now, because I never expected, you know, living and documenting my life would help so many young men. So
it has, bro. It has. And
it genuinely helped a lot. Yeah.
I've seen the messages you get.
Yeah, insane.
I mean,
now I'm kind of like used to it. It's kind of lost its like charm a little bit, but I feel like now I'm in more of a role of like that older brother type figure to a lot of like young men.
Can I take it to a bit of a different place?
Dude, yeah.
So
throw a different angle at it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and again, feel free to talk about this how you want, but I'm going to take a guess that you've had young men reach out that are like at the verge of ending their lives.
All the time.
How does it feel to know that
I had one today.
Talk to me about that.
It's a big burden, firstly, because like even though like a lot of young men see me as like a role model, I've never ventured on this journey to become a role model. It just kind of happened. So I feel like it's a lot of pressure on me. Like these guys look at me like Dr. Phil or something, like, you know, like I'm always going to have the best advice, always going to steer them in the right direction. But the thing is like, I wasn't always like perfect in my own like journey. You know, I had many hiccups on the way. I was a fucking drug addict for a long time, you know, and I made many mistakes, and I wasn't by far from perfect. But the thing is, like, I kind of learned and grew through my life, and just, you know, coming of age and becoming a bit more mature. As you've realized now, you're on the same age as me, so you know what it's like to kind of like mature and grow through the trials and tribulations of life. So it's just, I guess, more me documenting that, and then people seeing the changes in me over the last decade or 15 years or whatever I've been on social media, and I think that's what's kind of like inspired them. But I mean, yeah, I've had lots of young dudes, you know, that are missing father figures or older brother figures, or that just don't have a positive male role model influence, and a lot of them come to me and just say, "You've saved my life. Watching your stories gives me entertainment and great joy. It pumps me up before the gym. Every time, like, I'll be out, I'll be thinking of like you, like how hard you train, and it motivates me to train hard." I'm like, shit. I'm like, being myself has inspired a whole generation of men to want to be something great and just push harder. It's incredible.
How does it feel? Because I mean, you know, without going too far back into the past or, you know, rehashing a lot of the stuff you've already gone through, like, I think, pardon me, I think you know the pain of loss obviously better than anyone. It's well documented.
Yeah.
We're not going to go back into that today because, you know, you've been through that, to your credit. And, you know, I'm the oldest of 4 boys, and it's weird. We're both 37. We're both the oldest brothers. So that's a pain that, like, I could never, sometimes I can't even take myself there because, you know, I say to people who I mentor who are struggling, and I'm like, bro, sometimes I know people, like, let's just take your situation, for example, your worst day, they would kill for that to be their worst day, you know, because sometimes people go through trauma that's so deep that it's just unfathomable. So it's something that I know quite well. How does it feel to know that, like, when someone does reach out with that problem and, you know, they may be looking at ending their lives, that you're preventing other people from having to go through that loss? Have you thought about that before?
I haven't thought about that per se, but I feel like the more I get thrown with like things like that, I feel like it's kind of like my life duty and life calling. I feel like I've been put in the position because people look at me as like a beacon of hope for people that have gone through like trauma and really bad, like, you know, painful trauma in their life, and they look at me and they think, hey, if this guy was managed to become successful and make something of himself and always have a smile on his face. And let me tell you, I don't always have a smile on my face. Like, there's a lot of dark times, but, you know, social media doesn't capture everything. But in saying that, I feel like, you know, if these young dudes are looking to me to kind of like steer them in the right direction, it's incredibly rewarding.
Do you feel like a privilege?
I feel like it's a bit of a privilege, and it's a bit of power that I have to be very careful with, because hell, if I was a shit cunt, I could easily tell people, and yeah, just go party and take drugs, have fun at festivals, and do lots of steroids. And even though I did all those things myself,
do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah, even though I did all those things myself, I'm like, guys, listen, the grass is kind of greener on the other side. You know, just a more humble lifestyle without all the fucking partying and bullshit. Like, you don't need to do this to have fun. You can actually do less of this and more of this. Focus more on like actually like building your body and your mind at a younger age than partying, senseless partying with people that aren't really your friends. And like, and then people kind of learn from me, because I was the party boy.
They say that
I was the guy, Mr. fucking Stereosonic. Like, I was like one of in those group of guys that everyone would see as like party boy, fuck boy, you know, this and that. So like, for me to like kind of be like, guys, this lifestyle's kind of fucking shit. And I found more love and enjoyment as a competitive bodybuilder and a businessman. And I'm like way more secure and happy in myself now. So a lot of guys would be like, you know what? They'll look at me and they'll be like, fuck. I mean, if Chesty's like saying that, and he's done it all, and he's pretty real and honest, and like, maybe it's not as good. Maybe I should listen to him. Maybe I should just like fucking stop partying as much and work a bit harder on this side business I've got, or this side hustle. Maybe I should focus more on my bodybuilding and clean up my diet and stop chasing women and all the things that don't matter. Because
that stuff comes when you're succeeding anyway. You know?
Yeah.
Like, when you hit a certain level, that stuff just comes.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, I also think it's like a maturity thing. So, you know, some young kids are very receptive to like learning from older peers. So I think a lot of young kids really look at my example and try to learn from it so they don't make the same mistakes I did.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
They say a wise man learns from his own mistakes. A wiser man learns from the mistakes of others. Do you feel that you're like taking
I'm
a
definitely
generation?
not the wiser man, let me tell you.
No, but here's the thing, bro. Do you feel that, like, because of that fact, you can now lead other guys through that path?
Oh, definitely, because I was there and I've been through there, and people know I've been through trauma and loss and devastation. and they've seen me come on the other end and become a successful business owner, WBF pro, traveling the world, financially free and just doing whatever I want.
It's funny, man.
They're like, fuck, if this guy can do that and all the shit he's been through and all the trauma he went at a young age, it's like, why can't I do that?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, that's true. Why can't you do that?
Right,
anyone can do it.
Every good CEO, entrepreneur, multi-millionaire
has gone through pain and hardship.
100%,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah, we were homeless when I was a kid. I had 3 brothers. 2 slept on the couch, 2 in the bed. My mum slept on the floor. We're in a women's refuge.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. We were fucking zero money. Dad left when I was 10. We had nothing.
But you know what?
Yeah.
It's normally when you're kind of like broke or poor, just not from like a family of wealth, and then you build some kind of wealth. And when I say wealth, like you guys don't have got to be making a fucking $1 million a year. Like even just like 6 figures doing something that you love, working for yourself.
Yeah.
Is like being successful in my eyes. It's not always quantitative by how much you make.
For sure.
It's quantitative. To me, success is how much free time do you have to do the things you love to do.
Yeah.
And be able to monetize what you love, and it brings you happiness and peace. If that's $80K a year, you're fucking successful in my eyes. If you don't have to wake up and go to work and you can make $80K a year doing what you love, and that's enough to finance your way of living, you're successful. If that's $150K a year and you're doing the same thing and that's enough to finance your life, and you're not working for someone and you're genuinely happy every day, you're successful.
Bro, there's a key theme here, and I say this to people too. Like, sometimes I say, like, if you've managed,
what you love.
If you're happy, that is success.
Yeah, that's success, man.
Yeah.
So the money is just a byproduct of the success.
Yeah.
Don't chase the money. The money will come as the byproduct.
I had a podcast with a kid the other day. He made his first $1.5 million at 19 playing poker. And he made another business where he set up the courses. Mm-hmm. And he made $1 million in a month selling courses. And he's a genius, and he's really good at what he does. And I asked him this question, and he said, he goes, sometimes I'll just look at the guy that wakes up, goes to work, goes home, has a really happy life and enjoys his job, and I'll get jealous of that. Because he goes, that guy's just always happy. He's like, I love what I do, but like just being content with something so simplistic. He goes, sometimes I'll get jealous of that. Because some people are happy with simplicity.
Dude, that's an interesting mindset.
We're happy in chaos.
Yeah.
But not everybody is.
Bro, that is the truest statement I've heard today, man.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the reason myself and probably yourself like to do what we do is because it's stressful and it's hard, and we've probably lived chaotic lives where we kind of like a bit of chaos and toxicity, whether we like to believe it or not, Well,
even back in the
average Joe would probably crumble under the pressure, but I found that I normally perform best under pressure.
100%.
It's a big reason why I do 90% of the shit I do, bro.
Yeah, sometimes I think that's why you were saying before, like,
I love it.
It gets a bit boring when a venture hasn't quite done that, because you're waiting for the pressure to come.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the business to drop, and then I'm waiting for shit to get harder and have to do more promotions and more sales and more marketing and this. I'm like, okay, cool. It wasn't as easy as I thought. Shit's hard now, and I got to push it and promote it and get influencers and reach out and do this and do that.
Yeah,
I like that. I don't want it to just fucking pop up and just be successful from the get-go. I like the journey.
So there are some people who have social influence who just enjoy having it, and they go out and they live their lives, right? Not everyone builds businesses off the back of that. Like, did you think, because your portfolio right now, it's pretty impressive to the point where, like, if you just wanted to go to the beach, you should still be making enough money to get by, right?
Pretty much.
Did you ever think that off the back of something that just started out, and let's be honest, it was just like posting cool videos and progress shots and sharing it with the boys and Padawan and Peppered Angus's and shit, like, it was fun, right? It was legit fun. And then that turned into like social influence, which I don't even think you expected. I think that just happened. Did you think you would be building all these businesses off the back of it?
Fuck, I didn't. Yeah, like, it was all just like, fun and games back then, chasing a hobby and a passion. And what I learned now in my 37 years of life is that if you're truly passionate and obsessed with something, you would see it all the way through, that you wouldn't even have a plan B. So for me, when I started noticing a bit of momentum, I noticed that, all right, shit, God has put me on a path here. I have 2 options. I can either take the easy route, 9 to 5, and succumb to like normal living and lifestyles of everyone else, or I could put all my eggs in this one basket and fucking take it all the way. And then I literally I took that option. I just kept pushing and pushing, and then one business led to another opportunity, led to me getting flown overseas for fitness expos and getting brand deals and just all sorts of things. And then I'm like, all right, shit, if this is like now become my career, and like from my first business that I monetized and started making money working from home, I'm like, all right, this is what I'm good at. I have to keep doing more. I have to keep growing the presence more, the following more, and then launch more businesses that can help people, ones that I believe in and ones that are like true to myself, not just like selling out like 99% of these influencers
crypto dumps.
They're just like, hey guys, use this skinny tea and this fucking face mud mask.
You don't do
20% off coupon code.
NFT rug pulls.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like all this like stupid shit that doesn't work just for like a money grab. I genuinely wanted to do things that can help people. I wanted to create a clothing brand that people could be proud of and feel like a brotherhood, you know?
Well, I saw a lot of effort that went into that brand. Like,
a lot of love.
That's like your baby, really,
right?
It
is. It's my biggest
I even remember when you came up with the logo. I remember you talking about like because you did a few iterations of that logo.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I've actually recently updated in the last 2 years.
I saw it. Is that the evolution one?
Yeah. So like, there's that pose there, and then my one's doing this pose, and it's like very like iconic because it's like all right, he's looking after heaven, and I'm looking after earth.
Beautiful. And I saw one's got the Harbour Bridge, and the other one's got the clouds.
Yeah,
beautiful.
The new T-shirt that's coming out. Yeah.
How does it feel to kind of like, because like you're putting that sort of art out into the world, right? And people are buying it now. So you're like, I did a podcast, really good podcast. A guy you like, he did 10 years in prison. He was a trained martial artist, like proper like gangster, and because he knew how to fight so well, they put him in solitary confinement. So he spent 11 to 12 years in solitary
by himself, and no, not the whole time, just in and out. Ooh. But every time this is the nicest dude. Yeah. Every time he'd get out, like something had happened, they'd be like, you're back in. Anyway, someone gave him a paintbrush and he just started like practicing. He got out and he makes this beautiful art. He's now selling millions of dollars of this art all over the world, Korea, Hong Kong, Japan, the New York, London. But the thing is, like, he doesn't even look at the money that he makes. He just loves creating something that the world loves, dude, right? That's a beautiful story.
Yeah, bro. I'll introduce you. But so
that sounds nice.
But the same way that and I see a parallel, because the people who succeed are the ones who put so much love into what they create that when you push it out in the world and it makes people happy, like the reward's almost a given. You don't need to try. You don't need to push it. You don't need to like do too much marketing, because if it's good and it makes people happy and it inspires people, all that shit's just going to come.
It's the byproduct.
Correct. It is a byproduct. Yeah. Do you find that like the success of the brand specifically is a byproduct of the passion that went into it?
100%. Yeah. And I feel like I knew that upon launching the brand. I knew that it was going to be a success because there's a lot of love and emotion between, the two brothers that created a huge movement. So I knew, it was like, I knew this is going to be powerful. I was always into fashion and clothing and, dressing nice and looking good. Having awesome festival and gym attire. So I thought, let's combine the two together and let's create a brand that, all the young bros out there would love to wear, would love to rep, would feel like they're part of a brotherhood.
How does it feel knowing that they're all wearing this stuff now,
Like I said,
pinch yourself?
It moves me to tears, bro.
Yeah,
like I was like I don't go to too many events now in Sydney, but I was at an event recently, like about 9 months ago. I can't remember what event it was. It might have been Knockout or something. Yeah. And I literally would bump into hordes of like young dudes wearing the festival shorts, and the bags and the wristbands. And then half of the orders have been signed. Like you see my signature on the straps and shit. Yeah. And then like I'll just like take a moment and like I'll just like breathe. And then like I'd go home and I'd just fucking cry. Dude.
Yeah, man,
like,
that's nice,
like,
bro.
This is fucking insane, man. And I'll just like, it's like elevated me to a level where like people see me as like some kind of like messiah king figure, but it's like, no, dude, it's just a guy who's following his passion and dreams.
Everyone has their idols, bro.
That's all it is, man. You know what I mean? Like anyone can do that. They just have to be true and genuine to what they love, and then bring that energy to the world.
It's interesting because it's like a lot of, I think we're the architects of our own environments, right? And what I mean by it, like you're in charge of who you put around you, you're in charge of what you put in your body, you're in charge of how you create yourself. I think a lot of these kids, like, I think they look up to what you've created, not just around you, but like, you've created a certain type of look, a certain type of mindset, I think is important. You've almost created a culture for these kids, You know, how does it feel to know that they're adopting a culture that you created?
A culture or a cult?
No, not a cult, because a cult's where they blindly follow bullshit. A culture's where they follow it voluntarily because they admire what you've created. Yeah,
it's very cult-like, though, I must say.
I mean,
in a good sense of the word.
Yeah, like, you'll get people who are
such a powerful movement. Like, I could do anything wrong, and these fuckers will have my back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's insane. Like, if someone comes at me on social media, my army will just fucking come in there, like little minions, like, we can't hurt him. He must survive. Don't hurt him. And they're just like, fucking, they're crazy, these little fuckers.
But here's the cool thing about it.
They'll go to war with me, bro.
But here's the thing. God forbid, you got hit by a bus tomorrow. They'd still live the life.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Yeah. I mean, if I die tomorrow, I'd be happy, man, dude. I'm like, I've done everything, like almost everything I've wanted to do. Like,
but that's a good place to be in
like
life.
So many lives. I feel like I've lived two lives, bro. It's nuts.
But that must feel kind of like, I feel, correct me if I'm wrong, but it feels like you're at a point now in your life where you've got like a good amount of peace.
Yeah, you could probably sense that in me. I found peace was the hardest thing to find in my crazy kind of like life, but I've found peace, and I think a lot of the peace came from just moving back to the basics, which is just like bodybuilding. Yeah, you know, I moved away from the partying and the craziness of like that fake scene and culture. Yeah, and just moved back into what my original passion was, bodybuilding, which is what got me here. Bodybuilding.
Small circles of good people.
Yeah, very small now, extremely tiny, less than 5 people. I can count on less than one hand.
Yeah, I got less than 10 for sure.
Whereas back in the day, I'd have like hundreds of friends, bro.
Isn't it funny though how much better you feel when you change quantity for quality?
Yeah, I'm just more at peace and more happy, and like I feel like a lot of the times I had like people around me, and they'll just like, now in hindsight looking back, I could see it for what it was, insecurity and jealousy. Like a lot of guys would be competitive with me, or just always trying to one up me, or trying to like, you know, just trying to like overpower me and dominate me in conversations and shit like that. And I've realized it for what it is, and it's just insecurity and jealousy.
Was this like social sort of situations and
stuff? Yeah, just like social situations with groups of people when girls are involved. Like,
but you don't want to be around
switching
people,
up and shit like that. And I'm just like, I was always just myself. So like when I felt that, I'm just like, all right, cool. I'm in my 30s now. I ain't got time for this shit. Yeah. So I just started culling these fuckers.
Wouldn't it be cool
if
we could?
Nothing.
Wouldn't it be cool to have that attitude in your 20s though? You would, like, you know what I mean? Because like that attitude comes from life experience. You know?
It does. Yeah.
Imagine if you could just walk around in your 20s and be like, I don't give a fuck. Like it's just such a better way to live.
It's a great way to live. Yeah. I wish I knew in my 20s. I would have saved myself a lot of headache.
A lot of heartache too.
Yeah, it would have saved a lot of time. But I think it's all a learning curve, bro, and a process of like maturing. So it's kind of like the natural like cycle of life, I would say.
Yeah, well done, Mufasa.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
I was gonna ask you the next question, like just to talk about
when I leave, all this will be yours.
Do you reckon you're gonna have some little Padawans one day?
Sure, one day, yeah. It's definitely on the plan. I mean, who doesn't want to have kids? You know?
Well, it's interesting because I'm very lucky. I got 2 beautiful little kids. I don't post about or anything, but yeah.
I think eventually when I have kids and get married and shit, you know what? Being through everything that I've been through, I'll keep those fuckers off social media.
Oh, no, nobody knows who mine are, but
I'll keep them off social media.
I've not posted one photo of them.
Even if I have pressure to like post photos, I won't.
I'll show you a photo, but nobody else.
Yeah, and I think like it should be like that. I think there's some things on social media that you should keep to yourself.
I think because you've seen...
Like why throw your significant other and your children into the limelight and fame? That could like fuck with their heads and development, especially young kids. Like, so yeah, like in the past I would post like photos and videos of ex-girlfriends and this and that.
No, I never posted.
And then like not only like did it put like the evil eye and bad energy and, you know, jealous eyes on my partner at the time, and things didn't work out, and, you know, people would judge and this and that, and, you know, put pressure on the relationship too.
Do you think now you would keep your future partners off social media?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah,
that's probably for the best, bro.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
I think when you've seen the darkness,
unless they're an actual like influencer or celebrity or doing what I'm doing,
I don't think you want to date an influencer. Fuck
no. They're all cooked, man. I don't want to date another me.
I think I've got enough vibe on you to know that you don't want that.
No, man. I want a nice like stay-at-home wife who cooks, who cleans, who lifts me up like spiritually.
Do you just want someone that nobody knows?
Yeah, someone low key, man. Yeah.
Do you think
another out there person like me will just butt heads?
You need yin and yang.
Yeah,
I've always had that, which is good. Do you think that, like, because, you know, you and I, if you talk about in business, probably more you when it comes to social media, like when you've seen a certain, I don't want to say darkness, but when you've seen what shit cunts are capable of, like you want to protect your loved ones from that?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, that's probably what it would be, yeah. I would just want to protect them, and I wouldn't want them to be in the limelight. I wouldn't want them to get bullied or people writing bad comments.
Yeah.
Because they don't need that, and they wouldn't deserve that. that.
Yeah.
I'm speaking like I'm already married with kids.
No.
But you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's good.
I wouldn't put them through that, and that's just like through experience, because I've done it in the past with partners, and it never ended well.
But it's good to get this from you.
Well.
Because like it's good that you've kind of like.
And even though I know there'll be a lot of pressure on me because everyone wants to see every part of my life, and I know if like magically I'm just like, hey guys, I'm a dad, all of a sudden, cunts will be like, what? They'll want to know everything about it, and you know, I'd speak about it, but I'd never show a photo, never drop a name.
It's good to hear.
Never fucking, you know, no.
Yeah. No, that's a smart move, bro.
You know, and then one day if they fucking grow up and they become an influencer or in the limelight, then yeah, sure. But until then, only close people and friends and family will know. But the whole world doesn't need to know fucking what my future kid's fucking shitting and me changing diapers and what my wife's thinking.
Can I tell you something?
All these fitness influencers are all doing it. They're all posting their wives and their girlfriends and this and that. And I'm like, these guys are just doing it for clout. And doing it just to get extra likes because it's like a different phase of their life. They want to show it because they're so sick of showing their shirtless bodies. No, I'll keep showing my fucking shirtless wrinkly body even when I'm 70 years old going to fucking stare. I'll show it all, bro. I don't give a fuck.
You're out the front of the delivery room and you're just banging one of these.
That'll be me. Or I'll eat the placenta with protein or some weird shit like that. Shout out to Aaron Curtis, Mr. Placenta Eater.
Get the baby a bottle of Trend for its like birthday, wet the head.
I would turn it all into a one big joke. I already know I would. But I'll change my name to Chestbrah to Daddy Brah. I'll just be a dickhead about it.
Wait, Baby Brah?
Nah, Daddy Brah.
No, call the baby Brah.
Nah.
No, you don't want to do that? Too close to the life?
Let the kid fucking
let it live its life.
Have its own identity with itself. I'll take the piss out of me.
Okay, good.
Not my
like
loved
that.
ones. Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing.
Take the piss out of me.
I like that protective energy. You gotta have that, bro. If you want to be a leader, you got to learn how to protect. Yeah, because no one wants to follow someone that does not know how to protect other people. It's part of being a leader, bro.
A lot of people don't have that trait, dude.
Oh man, I could talk to you more about that after the podcast. Yeah. So okay, that's good to hear because it's good that you've got that kind of that forward view on that side of life. But you're also at a point now where another thing that I've picked up from where you're at, which is very similar to where I'm at, is that like being an entrepreneur can be the loneliest fucking thing in the world. You got no.
This is something they don't teach you when you become an entrepreneur.
No, but
I thought I'd have more friends.
But being a bodybuilder can be the loneliest thing in the world.
Yeah, so combine two together.
Correct. So how are you feeling now? Because obviously all that stuff, you got to. There's no talk about girls or kids or any. You've just got to be laser focused right now. How are you finding that?
It gets lonely. Don't get me wrong, but I'm so used to a strict routine and a regime that I kind of forget about how lonely I can be and how lonely I get.
Right.
But in saying that, I prefer the silence of loneliness than the chaos of obviously being popular and having lots of people around.
Yeah.
So
what do you prefer about it?
I'm more focused and I get more shit done, especially when it comes to business. The fact that I don't have so many people to call and hang out and do stupid shit.
Bro, how good is it though?
I'm like, oh fuck, I'm forced to be stuck within my own thoughts and my own shit. And yeah, it's great because you get more shit done. And you don't realize you're getting more shit done till like a few months go past, a year, 2 years, and you're like, oh fuck, I've launched 3 businesses, won a pro card, done this, done that, did fucking travel overseas, did an expo here and there. I didn't do this 5 years ago. Why? And then you realize, you're like, oh fuck, I was partying and chasing girls and chasing fake friendships and guys all the time just because I was wanting to be around people. But what for? Like, why can't you be comfortable in your own space to your own self? If you can't be comfortable on your own for long periods of time, then there's something fucking wrong with you.
Do you reckon that's where you grow?
Yeah, fucking no. That's where I grew, being on my own. And that's when I really realized my value and who I am, you know? Sometimes
I've had to go dark for like 2-3 months at a time to get like a big business venture up and running. People, you don't call me anymore. You don't want to see me. I'm like, bro, like I wake up at 6 a.m. My phone is not off. I don't talk to anybody. I'll work through till 7 p.m. I'll train and then I'll come back and work till midnight. But
see, I understand that. But the thing is, like, a lot of people wouldn't. They'll think you're being like selfish or a dickhead or narcissist. Or them or narcissist. Yeah. But the thing is, like, you're just obsessive over what you like, and you know the mindset and the things you have to do to achieve those things, and you can't do that sitting there texting your friends all day, answering DMs and calling, hey John, how's your day been? Or hey Bob.
We can say it to John, maybe not Bob.
I'm just using any examples, you know what I mean? And just like just calling up people and just having chats and just like, you know, just like speaking about shit that doesn't really fucking matter.
Do you feel that the people that don't get it just drop off naturally, and the people that do are always going to be there?
Say that again.
So the people that don't get it, they'll just fuck off anyway.
Yeah, but they're not really your friends, are they?
Correct.
Yeah, the ones that stay and know what you're about and know that you're a good person and that you're just doing your grind in life, they'll stay there and respect it, bro.
Yeah.
They'll give you your space, and then when you come around, when you're not as busy, they won't change up at all.
Correct.
And the ones that always want to have you around and feed you shitty fucking foods and encourage you to party and do bad things with them, and then if you just like kind of discipline for a few months and then they fuck off, then good riddance. They aren't fucking real friends anyway. Fuck them.
Yeah. I feel ya. You know, it's almost no. I feel ya. I've had similar things where like people just don't get it, and they're like, "Oh, you don't want to talk to me." I'm like, "Bro, I haven't seen my fucking kids in days. Like I haven't seen my family. Like I haven't seen anybody. Like, and I'm like, don't you think I want to do that shit? Do you think I don't want to go see my friends? I don't want to spend time with people that I love.
You know what's funny? You say that. I can't have the same conversations with some certain people.
Do you?
Yeah. Like in my past, I'm like, do you think I'm like enjoying what I'm doing?
Do you think I don't
do you think I'm actually like, do you think I'm a bad person? Do you think I'm a dickhead? Like, no, dude, like I'm chasing like a dream. Like I want to win my pro card. I have to be locked and loaded. I can't go eat fucking junk food now. I can't go to this restaurant. I can't go to your birthday party.
Bro,
I'm sorry.
Sometimes
I have to make these sacrifices to achieve what I want to achieve. And if you don't understand that, then one, you don't really fucking know me that well as a friend. And two, you're a shit friend. So fuck you. Yeah. And I'm going to keep fucking riding on doing my thing.
Do you think the vision's sometimes more important than the small things like that, hey?
Of course. Yeah, the vision's important. If people don't fuck with your vision, then fuck them off.
Yeah, well, you're creating something, I think, for more people than just a single person that may want your attention at that point in time, Yeah. And like you said, the real ones will get that. The real ones will be like, fucking crack on, bro.
Will probably give you your space, but at the same time provide value.
Correct.
Because I feel like a friendship or a relationship is a value exchange,
100%.
It's not just like, oh yeah, let's fucking hang out and do fucking nothing. It's like, a good friend would be like, all right, I see that fucking Said's like competing now. He's doing his thing. He's stressed out. Shit, I might come around and buy some Tupperware containers, just leave it on his front porch.
Yeah.
Or I might not invite him to like this dinner that, because I know he's going to get tempted by the food. I won't even mention it to him because I know what he's got in his mind. I know the shit that's going through his head. I'm just going to let him be.
These are good friends.
Know what I mean?
You got people like that?
Yeah, I do. Good. So they're the ones with like a bit of common sense.
Yeah.
And a bit of smarts and intelligence to them. But majority of people, and when I say majority, I mean 95% of people won't think like that.
Yeah.
So
it's weird, hey?
It makes you realize how stupid people are.
Yeah, and it's weird because like those people.
I know it sounds bad, but I'm like, fuck. Am I just smarter than everyone? Or is everyone like
no?
A fucking dumbass?
You're not. But you are in a minority of people because, and again, I don't want to talk down to.
It's just emotional maturity, dude.
It is, but it's also
you got to entertain fucking people all the time for them to fucking.
No, you don't. But you're also
respect you.
Yeah, but you're also
you show respect by setting boundaries.
You attract what you are too, And if you're just a little minion that wants to go eat pingers and bang birds and like that's
you're gonna hang around little minions.
Correct. Yeah. So I feel that like there is this minority that probably the people that you and I hang around, like business people, entrepreneurs, CEOs, fitness athletes, those types of people who have that discipline and that focus. And I think that you attract that when you are that.
I think so too. Yeah.
Like, can I give you a prime example? Your business partner, John, like just from what I've seen in the attributes that he has, hard work, dedication, loyalty, ferocity, passion, diligence, like he'll isolate himself to get a project done. He'll do things other people won't do to be able to have things other people won't have. He understands all of this, and I've not seen him break stride once.
Yeah.
These are attributes
he doesn't break at all.
And these are attributes that I'm seeing on the other side of the table.
Yeah.
Do you think that that's do you think that's just energy? Or do you think that's just what you attract into your world when that's who you are?
Cut from the same cloth, same, but different. You know what I mean? So I've got similar mindsets and values as do I to my business partners, and that's where we find like-minded ideas and connections.
But it's also fun, right?
Yeah, it's fun because we're on the same mindset, so we don't bust each other's balls. We understand where each other's head's at, and we provide a value exchange in a friendship, which is important in moving in your 30s, and it's it's the way you go about life. I feel like as you get older, you want to have friends around you that you can barter from. Like imagine having a friend who's a doctor, an accountant, a personal trainer, and a lawyer. You'd have a friend to help you with everything, and then you give them your skills as a PT and you help them out with their fitness.
I have friends like that.
And lawyers will help you with your law needs, and
my lawyers
will help you if you're sick. So this is what they did in the olden times. They had friends all like that who bartered off each other's skills.
Where'd you pick up this knowledge from?
life, dude.
Yeah.
Just life.
Because I do have a friend that's a doctor, a lawyer, and a cat, but they're the things you need in life.
Yeah, I've got friends of all sorts, dude. So I've always got someone helping me in every corner.
I've also got friends that are drug dealers.
Yeah, and then you've got the bad friends too. But
they're all
sometimes,
right.
yeah, they're all right. Sometimes a bad friend is a good friend.
Sometimes people say to me, "Why do you still talk to people?" I'm like, because people like that would put a fucking bat over your head, wouldn't even ask why, because they love me like family, and they won't tolerate any like negativity, any animosity. Like they're very protective of one another.
Yeah, and they normally have like a pretty good moral compass, you know.
Right.
Like I've got some fucking mates like that too, and they're fucking they're scary fuckers, but
they've got that moral compass.
They're loyal fuckers.
Dude, some of the worst people I know are just walking around society. Some of the best people I know have done a little bit of time in jail.
Yeah, I agree. I'd have to say the same, and that's
I'm not recommending to do that.
Yeah,
but
don't go like commit
can I give
crimes,
you a
guys.
perfect example? Spanian.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? Great guy.
Amazing dude. Yeah. Very humble, very nice.
Yeah, and I think again that's why your podcast was so good, because it's like it's just two real people just talking about real shit,
just having a normal, real conversation. You know.
Yeah, and
it's like I could sit there from the room, and it's like I'm showing him respect, and he's giving me the same respect back, even though we're from like two different like worlds.
Can I just pick up on something here as well? Like in the same way you were just saying that like all these kids don't do pingers, it's shit, it's gross, like you're not going to benefit from it. He did a thing where he's like, oh, you want to be cool, you want to stab someone, you want to go to jail, how cool are you going to be sitting in a prison cell? Like this is two different people giving the same type of real advice to a young generation who might see that as cool, who might see, you know, going out and doing drugs every day as being cool. Did you pick up on that similar energy when you guys had that chat?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think that's why we got along so well, and that's why the conversation was so free flowing, and people really enjoyed it for what it is. You know.
Yeah, bro.
I think that was a big part of the reason, and I feel like it was just came so natural for us to deter people away from the shit that we did, because end of the day, it didn't really bring us peace or happiness. It was just 12 fake bullshit that took years out of our life, whether it took years from out of Spaniard's life and put him in jail and wasted all that precious time, or whether it took years out of my life chasing unnecessary things and unnecessary, temptations that didn't really bring me any value financially, spiritually, intrinsically, or, that weren't anything of value to my life. If anything, it took time away from me too. A different kind of time. It wasn't locked behind bars, but it still took time. Time is something we can't get back. And as you get older, you teach these younger dudes, like, hey, like, you don't want to be doing this shit because, like, one, it puts your health at risk,
Yeah.
And two, like, you're wasting your money and you're wasting your time. Like, what for? You're not going to know these guys that you're going to these festivals with in a few years.
Yeah.
You're going to hate them. They're going to hate you. They're going to move on. They're going to find a girlfriend. You're going to find a girlfriend, get married, have kids. Yeah. And that's it. It's all fucking in the past. So why waste that time now? But I get it. Like, young people, like, they want to, like, socialize and shit. And, like,
sometimes you got to figure out what you don't.
Sometimes, like, now, like, I feel like all these young kids are getting in a pattern of, like, they think it's cool to be like a bit of a Sigma male, a bit of a lone wolf. So, like, now it's really cool to see the culture change, and a lot of these young dudes want to be like lone wolves.
But you can be a successful lone wolf.
Of course you can.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes I feel like
back then when I was like 22, to be a lone wolf was like social suicide.
Yeah.
But now it's like the cool thing to do.
Bro, I like that.
Yeah,
I think that's cool.
It makes people like me stand out.
Bro,
it's good for me.
It's good for my bank account.
It's the best. I can't complain,
Lone Wolf Incorporated.
Because then people are like, fuck, okay, if this guy's just on his own doing his thing and people are following him, I can do the same,
Yeah.
And they learn that from a younger age.
I was even impressed just before when you said you hopped on a plane, went over the States all by yourself. No entourage, no man. No,
I always go on my own.
That's good, bro. I didn't know that.
Yeah, why would I bring anyone with me?
I mean, if you've got like
for my world pro debut shot in Vegas in 8 weeks' time, I'm actually going with 2-3 people, but that's the first time, and that's only because I'm going to be in like peak week and hungry and depleted and vulnerable.
Bro, you're doing pretty well now for someone who's running on minimal food.
Oh, I'm so hungry, man. I think I brought my meal. We'll have it like halfway through somewhere. Yeah.
So
I get pretty hungry, man. It's annoying.
just wink at me when you're hungry.
Yeah. I've been
not in a weird way.
I've been winking all the podcast now. I'm good, bro. But it is what it is. Sometimes you just got to make sacrifices,
Yeah, I think
to get shit done.
Like you said before, you grow through isolation and discipline, and it becomes your life. Okay, I want to talk about because I think where you are now, if you look at that dark phase, can I ask when you were going through, and I don't mean the stuff that happened with the trauma post, what everybody already knows about. Oh, it'll usually just settle itself.
Go on. Go on.
You're like, is this desk
I'm getting fidgety because I'm getting hungry. You mentioned food.
Do you want some Prime?
It probably has sugar in it.
No, it's got 1 gram, bro. I told you that. Logan Paul drinks it. If it's good for him, it must be good for
Logan Paul.
It's got 1 gram.
Hold on.
It's tasty.
Try 5 grams of carbs, can't do it.
5 grams?
Sodium.
That's in the whole bottle, bro. Drink a sip of it. It's good. Tell me what you think.
You got a fresh one of these? I might have one.
Yeah, I'll get you fresh.
Just wait. I'll have one. That's actually not too bad. I was looking at it, getting like all like autistic and shit with it. Yeah.
By the way, that's the best flavor.
What flavor is this?
It's ice pop, but it tastes like cherry.
You're right. It's only got 20 calories.
I told you. Yeah,
I gotta be like this.
We're gonna try some Prime live on the pod,
brother.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers,
enjoy.
Man. But this is how you got to be, bro.
What Prime drinkers?
Besides that, like you have to.
It's
be
good.
Like,
tell me what this is your live reaction.
This is yours.
And this is yours to drink now.
Fuck.
It's
really
not
nice.
bad.
That's really nice, bro.
Yeah, I told you, bro. Now, do you like Logan Paul?
No.
Okay, but you like Prime. You like Prime?
That's really nice.
I told you it's delicious. And it's healthy too.
That is really nice.
Yeah. So those carbs, I mean,
bad at all.
That sugar, that's per bottle, bro. You don't have to drink
probably lots of artificial sweetness.
No, it's got coconut water in it and stuff. That's why. BCAAs, got everything. It's a good drink.
Interesting.
Yeah, why do you think I'm going bankrupt buying Prime all the time?
That's nice.
So,
tastes good.
Bro, I'm glad you enjoyed it. That's the ice pop.
Ice pop.
Do you know it's very hard for me to
like
give?
A parrot.
It's hard for me to get.
Like a healthy parrot.
I think you said it tastes like a parrot.
That doesn't make sense. But yeah,
that's what I said.
No, that's like a nice healthy Powerade.
That's the best flavor too.
Like electrolytes.
So you know that's going to bring your energy levels back.
No, I don't think so. You need fucking food for that, bro.
Okay. So I wanted to ask you about, you know, the to the extent you're happy to talk about the, you know, where it gets stuck with addiction and dependence. Like obviously that's miles away from where you are now. Like 2 questions. I mean, how does it feel to be competing in such a short period of time, and how does it feel to look back on that period? And did you ever think that you would get back to here? You know, or was it too dark that period?
That's a multifaceted question, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, let me simplify it a little bit.
Make it a bit, yeah.
Talk to me about how that dark period felt versus how you feel now.
Well, back then it basically felt like I had blinders on and I could only see like straight. And now it feels like the blinders have been taken off and I could see everything much clearer. That's probably like the best way of describing it.
Were you using stuff to black everything out?
Oh yeah. I was using lots of narcotics just to kind of like numb pain, forget about the trauma, and just kind of like not be here and not be present. But now I'm all about being present and being in the moment and enjoying the moment, you know, than trying to escape from reality and the moment.
Do you think that shows that you've kind of like healed from a lot of it?
Oh yeah, definitely. I had my process where I had to go through my pain and overcome it and all that, and then overcoming it. Lucky I came out on the other side. A lot of people don't. And
that is lucky, bro. That is very
just
lucky.
managing to find peace and happiness in just more simple things, and like, you know, waking up early in the morning and having a cold shower and going for a run.
I've been doing that too.
And getting some sunlight and having a morning gym session. There's nothing better than having a morning gym session, bro. Like when you're in the gym and the sun is fucking shining through the windows and it's glistening on your skin and you've got a nice pump and you've got your headphones in and you finish your session nice and early, you have a nice meal, you go home, you feel fucking good.
Yeah.
You can sit on your fucking phone or your laptop, do your work for business and like just feel so clear-minded and so positive and feel so good about yourself.
You motivated me to have a morning gym session now,
It's the best, bro. Yeah, don't worry about the night sessions. The morning sessions are the best. So it's just it's a different life now that I'm living now and experiencing compared to like my heydays and my party years.
Well, not even the party years.
I prefer this life.
Yeah, but
it's more me.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's true. Like when you talk, it's just like
it's more me.
It's like talking to one of the boys in a very authentic way.
Thanks, bro.
But also, you're very welcome. Also, like, you know, the party days, I think that's not as bad. But like when you were using whatever to numb things out, was it like a daily thing, or was there a point where you're like, I can't do this anymore?
I wouldn't say it was a daily thing. It was never that bad. Maybe like a weekly thing, like a once a week I would like party and like have drugs and shit.
Yeah.
Never a daily thing, because lucky for me, gym was always my backbone.
So you always had that the whole time?
Gym was always fucking there, bro. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
In moments of darkness and despair, gym was there to save me. In moments of addiction and crisis, gym was there to save me. In moments of absolute boredom and anything else that was going on in my mind and blankness, gym was always there to save me. So in the back of my mind, all the dumb and stupid shit I was doing, I knew that I loved training so much that I couldn't let myself get too far gone because I loved bodybuilding so much and I loved building my physique and looking good and being strong and being muscular.
Do you think
so gym saved me then, and gym continues to save me now.
I was just about to say, you think that saved you?
It saved me, bro. Yeah, because it gives me routine and discipline.
That's beautiful.
And if I didn't have that routine and discipline, dude, God knows where I would have gone, bro. It's fucking saved my life.
That's beautiful, bro.
Yeah,
well said. You know, that reminds me of...
That's why I train so hard.
Well, have you seen...
It's like my therapy.
Same with me.
That's why I train like a fucking freak.
Yeah.
I scream, and like people can see when I train, I scream and I'm angry and I'm passionate and emotional because I'm like letting all that pain out.
Can I tell you something? I've not told you this, but even back in the Carlingford days, because, you know, we were all gym bros and just nod, I actually saw you go through a lot of that pain.
Did you?
It's fucking hard to watch, bro.
Damn.
Because you were fucking heartbroken. One of my problems in business is
How old was I around there? Like 27, 26?
24, 25?
25.
Yeah, it would have been 2012.
25. Yeah.
Yep.
So you saw, you could tell I was an outer shell of myself. Huh? You could see it, huh? I think everyone could see it, and it scared a lot of people off.
The thing is,
and a lot of people didn't know how to like handle me or how to like approach me or talk to me.
No, nothing like that. Nothing like that. So
that's what I take from it anyway.
Nah. You weren't
just saw a broken man, huh?
Well, I'll tell you. So my problem in business and life because of the ADHD is empathy. I have too much empathy, and when you've got hyper empathy, you can pick up on emotion really well.
I feel you, bro. I'm the same. I'm very empathetic.
It's my Achilles heel because sometimes I want to help someone that shouldn't be helped, and sometimes I want to.
That feeling.
Yeah. So it fucks me, but I've got it under control. But I remember back then.
Give it to the right people.
Correct. But I lost someone close back then, so I was grieving as well, and I used gym to get me out of that dark place.
Who'd you lose?
One of my really close friends died of cancer.
Damn.
Yeah. And so I've heard you talk about what it's like to be in the room. It's fucking horrible, bro. It's the most horrible fucking thing in the world. And I was living around the corner from you at that time on Midson Road in Epping.
Oh shit, that's so close.
Yeah, and I
know where Midson Road is.
Yeah. And I would fucking I'd be crying all the time, and I was just a mess of a human. But I would go in there and I would train and I'd start to feel better. And it was literally the same year. I believe it was the same year that your brother passed.
2011.
It was 2011, correct. And I remember I would go in there. That was my therapy. And I remember, man, I saw you in there one time and you were fucking pushing a set, and your face, like, you were so upset, and you were like torn between like getting out that rep and like just letting the tears come out. And it was just fucking like, it was hard, man. It was hard to see, like, you know, a fellow brother and a man who's going through the same grief that I was going through, but you were in there and you were pushing it like you didn't isolate, like you still took yourself in there. And I remember seeing the pain, bro.
It was tough. I'll tell you something. Back then, like, and I was young, so I should have been stronger then. Back then, the weights felt heavier. The workouts felt harder.
Yeah.
The reps felt slower and more painful. The process of training and getting myself to the gym was harder, but I still kept pushing and persevering through to do it because I enjoyed it. And I guess over the years, as I healed from the trauma, the weights became lighter again. The sessions became fun. Gym became more enjoyable. The reps became quicker and more easier, and everything became more fun and easier and less hard. And now I'm lifting stronger at 37. I'm stronger than I was at 25. I'm faster than I was at 25. I enjoy training much more at a higher level than I did back then.
So this got you through from darkness.
Let me tell you, bro. Like, that's why I always stress gym for the importance of mental health, especially in men. Like, I keep advocating how important it is to keep a strong mind, because a strong mind is a strong body. You know, strong body, strong mind, rather.
Yeah.
So I keep advocating that for young men because I know what it did for my life. Because I'm so happy and grateful that I was able to push myself like in the gym and just get it done then. And even though like I was battling like from like depression and doing like something that I actually genuinely enjoyed that I couldn't so much do anymore because of all the memories and of all the pain that it inflicted, thinking of the life that I lived before all the shit happened, I still got it done because I know that it would help me in the end. And lo and behold, here I am now. Like every time I train with a smile on my face and passion, and it's like a more different kind of energy now.
Yeah.
It's like a feeling of just empowerment. Like fuck you, fucking depression. I fucking conquered you,
bro. It's like
it feels so mad now, and like people can see it. People can see like a changed man. Like they can see it in my fucking eyes. You know.
It's almost like we talked before about like dragging yourself through shit you don't want to do in business to grow.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you almost had to just fucking drag yourself into the gym and through that pain to grow out of it?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't feel like I had to do it. It didn't feel like a chore or an obligation. It was just something that I enjoyed doing, training in gyms. So no matter what was going on in my life, I just pushed myself to always do it. And that's not just through pain and trauma. That's even when I'm sick or even through injuries. I've had injuries and I still go train.
Yeah.
I was just always so crazy and animate and obsessed about the gym that I would not let anything stop me from training. I remember even when I lost him, like I think the next day I was training.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah. The next day, and I was like screaming and crying and lifting reps.
Maybe that's the day that I saw you.
Yeah, probably because I would have been like crying and screaming.
Well, because bro, I didn't.
Probably
know
was the day that you saw me.
That's probably when I saw you. How else could I have known that?
Because that only happened the week after, and then after that I was kind of like getting back into.
Well, this isn't knowledge that's out there.
No,
this
it's not. Yeah,
there's no way
you would have seen me at the gym because I
couldn't fucking make this up.
No.
I can't Wikipedia this shit.
No. I distinctly remember like
screaming
this. And crying.
I was there, bro.
Just wiping the tears off my
bro,
face.
you know, I had to fucking leave the gym. It made me upset.
Yeah.
Because I was grieving my fucking friend that died from cancer and I had to go home and I was fucking horrible, bro. Yeah. That whole year was like a year of just dark.
It was a shit fucking year.
It was horrible.
It was really bad. I'm glad I can laugh about it now.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, and do you know what's funny? I used to go to a grave a lot and I would grieve and grieve and grieve. And then one day I went there and I'm like, listen, I'm gonna turn this grief into grind now and I'm gonna come less frequently because I'm never gonna forget that memory.
Yeah, same.
But I gotta grind.
I stopped going now. I'd go maybe once a year if that.
But the thing is, bro, I think everything you do in your daily life is honoring that memory. And I think it's better to honor the memory with your actions than to go and pop in.
I think so too.
I just think that
mentally as well, it's better for your headspace, I think.
100%, bro.
And I think it's
what you're doing with your life, what you do every day, in my opinion, that is what honors the legacy.
I think so too.
I think so.
I think it came to a natural progression of just doing shit for myself and not feeling sorry for my situation. Just like, oh fuck, this has happened. It's time to move on with life.
Bro, you seem good.
Keep pushing forward. Yeah,
you seem really good, man.
Yeah, I'm in a good place.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Okay,
it's a nice place to be. Let me tell you, it's a really nice place to be. I found my purpose, dude.
Well, that's what we're going to talk about now.
Yeah, I found my purpose.
I want to talk about this bodybuilding comp.
I did it.
Well, hang on. You've almost done it because we're about to go to the bodybuilding comp.
I've like half done it. I'm not. Yeah. You have pronouns, did you know?
No. You told me yesterday for the first time. But okay, let's start fresh. Let's talk to me. Yeah, I want to talk about the future.
You got to let me talk though.
Yeah, I will.
Because I could talk all day about this. Go on.
You're saying like take the muzzle off?
Maybe I'll have to duct tape you. Go on.
Chestbrah unchained.
Go on.
You don't talk to me about the bodybuilding comp. Tell me everything. Where are you at?
What do you want to know?
So, how long until it starts? 8 weeks?
Okay, so I think 9 weeks away today from my pro debut in Las Vegas, and this will be for my world title shot. So I won my pro card last year with the WBFF in April last year.
Congrats.
Thank you. And now I'm just taking it a step further and competing with the best of the best in the world to beat everyone and become the best in the world. And I genuinely think I will win. And I'll beat everyone that comes my way.
How are you feeling?
Pretty excited.
Yeah?
Hungry.
Good.
Ready for destiny.
How's the prep been going into it?
The prep has been very tough. It hasn't been easy. Mentally, it's been extremely stressful. I've had to completely alienate myself from everyone, even business partners, and they've kind of just let me to be in my own thoughts and my own space. Even financially, it's very tough. I'm spending a lot of money investing in myself, physical therapy, physiotherapy. Like I've got a torn shoulder and hamstring, and I'm still prepping for a world pro debut. I'm not letting anything stop me, man. So I'm just like literally doing the work that I need to do, staying focused, staying grounded, meditating heaps, waking up in the morning, cold showers, running, just everything I can. I'm like, dude, I even stopped jacking off.
Are you serious?
I even stopped jacking off.
You lied to me. I thought we both jacked off before we came.
No. Today's the last day, and
Okay.
when I'm 8 weeks out, I don't jack off.
How does that work?
So the point of it is at 8 weeks, not even 8 weeks. You don't have to do it 8 weeks. I'm just a bit crazy. But every time before a competition, I like to take 6 to 8 weeks before competing. Just no fap, I call it, So just
What does it do for you?
It just builds the test in your body, and you're just more aggressive in the gym. So you just train harder, you push harder.
Legit.
You're more focused.
This works?
It's like you're just an angry, horny man. So you just fucking and like...
Is that how it works?
It literally works like that. So I literally I literally put that halt on me. Like I think. Hold on, let me tell you the date.
Yeah, how long?
2nd of June, August, June, July. Yeah, my comp is August 9th, and it's June 9th.
Yeah.
So today was my last FAP.
Yeah.
Yeah, I jacked off right before I came here.
You actually did as well.
That's my last time. Yeah, no, I wasn't kidding. So that's my last time, and now for 2 months until the comp.
Yeah.
I have to just nothing.
So
it just makes me just more aggressive in the gym, and like I said, I do that for every comp.
Do you have to calibrate to these injuries, like change your routine around and stuff?
I had I'm glad you said that. Yeah, I had to change a few things. So aside from like the physiotherapy that I do weekly on my shoulder, the exercises that I do.
How bad is it?
Rotational exercise. It was a grade 1 tear.
Yeah.
And I got it through just being drunk and stupid like 4 months ago, just wrestling with a friend.
I've done that. I broke my wrists.
Yeah.
Same time.
Stupid shit, really. But it's kind of like also a blessing in disguise, because it's made me slow down my training and be more focused on performing perfect reps, perfect execution of reps, which gives me a better contraction of the muscle and mind-to-muscle connection. And it's more essentially, training like a bodybuilder and removing emotion from training, because a lot of the time I train very emotionally.
Right.
So I'll be swinging and like just really like going aggressive.
Who taught
and
you
sometimes
that?
No one taught me that. I just always trained with emotion. But
no, but who taught you sorry, let me recalibrate that question. Sure. How did you come across the concept of removing emotion from the exercises?
Well, the injuries. Because the injuries have limited me. I can't be swinging my arms. I can't be swinging my legs, because that's how I tore my hamstring from swinging weights, like with using momentum, and from swinging like my shoulders. So like now when I train shoulders, for example, I have to go slow, feel the rep, control the rep, squeeze down. Whereas before I'd be like just repping out.
That's weird.
So I can't really train like that now, because quick pivot movements can tear it again. So it's kind of made me more deliberate in my processes and doing my reps and doing my workout, which is giving me like a different stimuli to my muscles, just helping me to grow even more.
So you've kind of been forced into like a new style.
Training style, yes, correct.
And you think this one's better?
Much better.
And you would do it even if you're not injured?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, so it's taught me. I've got no choice but to stop, lifting heavy and adding momentum to my exercises. I'll have to be more deliberate. Like there's no choice about it. Otherwise I feel pain.
Right.
So, like if I just swing into it without warming the shoulder, I feel pain. But if I grab the weight and I work through the weight, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I do. I know exactly.
Work through, just feel it. All right, there's a pinch there, but just work through it. Hold, squeeze down. You do that for like 10 reps on like a side lateral raise of a moderate weight, pause in like good form and like controlling the weight. Yeah, it's really important to control the weight. You feel the difference and you feel the muscle, the actual muscle that you're trying to train, like say like the side lateral head, like just actually getting blasted. Yeah, you're pumping blood in, and you're like, fuck, I'm actually bodybuilding.
Are you finding you're liking what you see in terms of the like the results in each section that you're training? For example, like, are you seeing like are you more sliced? Are you seeing like better build in your shoulders? Like when you isolate those muscles, do the results reflect what you're feeling?
I mean, you tell me. What do you reckon?
No, I mean, this is probably the biggest I've seen you, for sure. Like if that's what you're going for, definitely.
Yeah, this is the biggest and the leanest I've been at 37 years.
Is it really?
Yeah. So I'm like 88 kilos now, like 8% body fat.
Yeah?
So, yeah, and I ended my bulk at 98 kilos, and I was only like maybe 13-14% body fat. So this is the biggest, leanest, and strongest I've been, even through a torn hamstring and a torn shoulder. And it's just due to mindset, and it's due to just like implementing proper practices of training and just encompassing my mindset more in a kind of, how can I put it? Just encompassing my mind to just be focused on training efficiently rather than vigorously, which can obviously injure yourself. So it's kind of humbled me in my training a bit. What
how's the supplements and diets routine at the moment?
It's pretty vigorous. I'm not gonna lie. It's the diet's very restrictive. I'm on, I think, about 2,600 calories right now, so it's pretty fucking low. I'm
gonna have another prime. Help yourself.
So I'm really hungry, man. And in terms of the supplements, just using the the basic testosterone.
Yeah.
Tren.
Yeah.
What else am I using? Boldenone.
Can I ask on the Tren? How do you find? Because this is. Of all the PEDs, like that's the one people are most fascinated with.
I hate Tren.
Yeah, but are you running a very small dose?
Very small dose, yeah.
Like
0.5 every other day, only 175 mg a week. Small dose.
How many days a week would you be dosing?
It doesn't matter how many days a week. It more matters on the dosage.
Right.
Week. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I could be doing it every day, but if I'm doing 0.2 a day, that's going to give me a low dosage milligrams total for the week. So it's not the frequency; it's more the milligrams you're doing in the volume. I'm only doing 175 milligrams. So for anyone that knows anything about competitive bodybuilding or using performance enhancing drugs and things like that, they would know that that's a super low dose.
What do you hate about it?
The nightmares. You get nightmares on it. Sweats. It's just a really toxic PED. It's not like a healthy one, you know what I mean? So
it's only like pre-comp sort of thing.
Pre-comp, yeah. 8 weeks out is when you start using it normally. So it's not something that I would like advocate to anyone to use.
So you'd only do it if you're
competitive bodybuilding.
Competing.
Yeah, that's the only time. Yeah.
Do you know other people that can take it like more often? Are there people that take it all the time?
I do, and I tell them, like, people that I know at the gym and stuff, and I always tell them the same thing: you're an idiot.
Yeah, because it heaps bad long-term sides. You reckon?
Of course.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
Right.
And I tell people they're idiots. I'm like, jump off that shit.
But having said that, apparently the results are pretty good.
Yeah, the results are good, but you can also get good results eating well and training hard.
Yeah.
And if you're going to go down that route, just do TRT, do basic low-dose test.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? And just train harder.
So your views...
smarter and eat more food, get more rest.
Yeah.
Do the stuff that actually makes you grow muscles. It's not the drugs. People these days, the young kids are so focused on the drugs and the shortcuts. Yeah. But you know where the true, like, fucking muscle gets built? Hard work.
Yeah.
I know it sounds cliche. Hard work. Training hard, consistency, time. People want it now. Dude, you're 22. How big do you expect to be at 22?
Bro, have you seen
time, consistency, hard work, sleep.
Have you seen the Tren twins on TikTok?
I've heard of them, but I don't really follow their shit.
Bro, like, I'm not trying to... I'll never say anything negative about anyone. About them, no. Nah, but just from what I've seen, like, they're pretty young.
Yeah.
And these kids are blasting, like, bulk Tren. Like, you can see, like,
that's just something that every 22-year-old kid did, you know. I mean, like,
did you blast back in the day?
Yeah, I did. I did Tren for like 2 years straight.
Dead set.
Yeah, and it was the worst thing I could have done.
Wait, like every week?
Almost jabbing it every second day for 2 years straight.
Really?
So I understand where the obsession comes with these. Like,
see, this is good information because people want to know this.
That's what I'm trying to tell them. It's fucking stupid.
Right. So if you could,
you're not going to make more gains. If anything, it's like a law of diminishing gains. You actually make less gains because you're frying your receptors, and Tren fries your receptors that much because it's such a potent anabolic.
Right.
That you're making it hard for yourself to grow. Like, yeah, you're going to get shredded, but after about 8 weeks, it kind of stops like taking effect.
So you reckon it's diminishing return.
And then it just increases your cortisol, and it fries your receptors, so it's hard to even make gains once you jump off it.
Really?
So it's kind of fucking pointless. It's a really shitty fucking compound.
That's almost how other people describe like drug addiction when you do too much and it doesn't have the same effect.
Yeah. Well, that's another reason I stopped doing drugs. So I'm like, it's not enjoyable anymore. I'm like,
unless you start sniffing bricks.
I'm like, it doesn't feel like what it used to feel like. Like, this shit used to be fun. I'm like, why isn't this fun anymore? This is fucking kind of lame.
Right. So you see this particular compound, Tren, as a like necessity of the game that you're in for the comp.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. At the elite level, for sure.
No
ifs or buts about it.
In terms of like the diet, you're doing your own meal prep, or how's that going?
No, I have a coach. Chris Thomas is my coach. Shout out to Alpha
Chris.
Ethos. He's looking after my contest prep diet. And we check in weekly, and he checks obviously my progress with photos, and we catch up on a Skype call. He keeps me in line with like how I'm feeling, like, you know, emotionally and stuff like that. So he's like a really good older brother figure to me. He's like in his 50s, and
awesome.
He's gone through his own journey as a competitive bodybuilder when he's younger, and now he's a coach. So very lucky to have him in my corner. And yeah, he helped me to win my pro card last year. Got me in the most insane condition. I was the leanest guy on stage, and won the pro card because of that. So now we're going to do the same again. I'm going to win the world title, be the leanest guy on the world stage.
That's hectic, bro. You know what I love? Do you know what I like about what you just said? when? Because I always tell people, like in business, they're like, "Oh, it'll be good if this works."
No, I know it's going to happen.
But I say to even
if it's not this year, it'll be next year.
See,
it's not next year, it'll be the after. But
imagine if you
make no doubt about it.
Imagine walking around saying, "Oh, if I get it,
it's fucking happening."
Yeah. Fuck, I'm gonna eat this energy in a fucking bowl, bro.
Yeah. I know.
So it's in August.
August 9th.
August 9th, and you've sussed out your competition.
Yeah, I've seen the competition.
He says with a smirk.
Yeah,
feeling good.
I don't see anyone that can beat me, man. And let me say, man, ain't nobody got my aura. Ain't nobody got my stage presence. Nobody knows how to pose like me and move like me. And let's be honest, and most people know this, whether they like to admit it or not, but when I bring the shreds, there is nobody that outshreds me, especially in the upper body. I am so fucking diced that I look like a human anatomy chart. No one is fucking touching my aesthetics in terms of shredding. And if I bring the fucking heat and I follow the game plan, I'm winning this thing. So yeah, I've seen the competition and peanuts. Let's fucking play.
Well done, bro. That's nice. What about I mean, this is a difficult journey physically, emotionally, socially. Like, you know, you've had to sacrifice a lot for it. What have you got anything like you're gonna have to celebrate a little bit after you take away the win?
I mean,
surely?
Of course, yeah.
Were you thinking a bit of KFC or?
Oh man. I've got a list of.
Have you really?
I'm going way more extravagant.
How big's the list? Tell me everything.
It's pretty massive. Yeah, it's huge.
Are you going to do outdo The Rock? Krispy Kreme.
All I know is I'm going to eat till I'm sick, dude.
Oh, but I feel like a dickhead even talking about all this food to you.
It's okay. I'm still about 8 weeks out, so you would feel like a dickhead if I was like 4 weeks out, but I'm still at the level where I'm kind of satiated with my diet. I'm not too hungry for long periods of time. You know, it's still okay.
Right, so it's manageable.
It's still manageable. For the next, I'd say 2-3 weeks, it's manageable, and then it's going to get super, super painful.
Yep.
Real quick, real soon.
And you got 3 boys going over with you?
Yeah, I've got a few boys coming over with me and meeting me there too.
Okay.
And coming from interstates around America to obviously watch my show as well.
Your coach going too?
No, my coach isn't going.
Okay.
But he'll be foreseeing everything I do from Australia where he is. But yeah, I'll got all the right people around me to ensure that I do what I need to do and I pull away the win.
Bro, that's what I say, man. You got to be the architect of that group. That group's your foundation. That's the base of your house. You know? Yeah. If you got a strong base, you got a strong house.
And without the base, like shit just crumbles, dude. So
100%.
You need it. You need it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like you need it.
What like? I mean, do you think you're gonna have a bit more kind of free time to focus on your other stuff after this?
Well, that's the plan.
Because you got heaps of other stuff.
Yeah.
Doing,
I've got lots of shit that I've just put on the sidelines.
What are you looking forward
to? Honestly, the most thing I'm looking forward to is, well, on a business standpoint.
Yeah, man, just stuff that you want to do. That this is because this is your life right now. Yeah,
traveling.
Yeah,
I look forward to traveling. I'm looking forward to getting back to my friends and family and relationships because they've all had a halt, and just getting back to being social and present with people.
Yeah.
And just looking forward to putting more energy into my online ventures and businesses.
Yeah.
Because right now it's like kind of like a 30-40% effort on my end. Yeah. But my 30-40% effort would be someone's 90-100% because I'm a perfectionist. So
bro,
you know what I'm saying? So it's it's at the level where I just I just can't wait to get back to my normal routine in life.
I can't even put out like if I don't love the product, I can't put it out.
Is it just me? Is it getting cold in you?
Chestbrah, welcome back.
Yeah, it's round 2.
Shaversion.
Oh my God,
you for coming on the podcast.
You said it right. You actually said it perfectly.
How am I going to fuck it up, man? Come on.
You said it better than I say.
So where did we leave off?
We left. We had to do an outfit change because it was fucking cold. I got a beanie on now and I put some pants on.
Just a couple of boys getting changed in the bathroom together.
Yes, sir.
So listen, we got questions.
All right.
Can I hit you with some Q&A?
Yes, let's do it.
Chop it up? Yep. All right, let's do it. Some of them are pretty weird, bro.
All right, keep them coming.
All right, here's the first one. Sure. This one is from Jason from Hornsby. How big is your dick and would you show it? No, I'm joking. I made that one.
It's pretty massive. Everyone wants to know how big my dick is. And for the record, it's fucking huge.
My dick is like my ego.
I must say, like... I'm definitely a grower, not a shower.
Okay, cool. Jace, did you hear that?
If you must know.
Shout out, Jason. You're going to have to ask another question. Now, we got a few. There's a couple here that we've touched on. Okay, this is something I was going to ask you about as well. When you were on stage with Flume, how the fuck did that happen?
Yeah, so he basically posted on his Instagram story looking for a Greek Adonis type of figure who is chiseled and muscular and knows literally on his story and knows how to dance and muzz for my upcoming video, and everyone DM'd him Chestbrah.
Really?
Everyone.
Is that actually real?
That's literally what happened.
I thought you would have taken a piss.
No, I swear. And then everyone DM'd me. They're like, we put your name down for this. And then Flume DM'd me. He's like, hey, bro, how would you like to do this? And I was like, let's do it.
Yeah.
So we met up, got to know each other. And then we did the music video Shooting Stars, and then he had me muzzing in the back, and it went fucking viral. The track was like in the top 30 out of 100 Triple J tracks for 2022.
But was it a music video as well?
It was a music video to start off with,
Right.
and because the music video was so successful,
Right.
he then called me up and he's like, hey man, I've got my concert in Sydney. How'd you like to like jump on stage and do the same thing as you did in the video clip?
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, I'm like, that's pretty intense. I'm like, all right, bro, whatever, let's fucking do it.
Don't know how.
So-
That'd be a difficult one.
I was pretty nervous and stuff, I'm not going to lie, but in the end, I just kind of like decided like, all right, cool, like, obviously I've got a talent for like dancing and fucking wooing the crowd, so let's like use that to my advantage. Got up there and I'm just fucking, ripped my shirt off, the crowd started screaming, I could have gone fucking pear-shaped. They could have booed me or laughed, but it was just like all positive, and then I was like,
That's
fuck
good,
yeah.
bro.
And then I just started muzzing and just went off, bro. It was
Good
mad.
energy? Felt
He
good?
asked me to keep doing a few more shows after that, but I was like busy with like my own endeavors. I had to say no to him.
Yeah.
I had to say no to him like 4 times.
You can't really
He hit me
influ-
up recently. He's like, dude, can you come to Splendor at the Grass and muzz on stage again? I'm like, dude, like, and this is in June. This is like in 2 weeks. I'm like, dude, I'm out of here to go to Vegas in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And he's like, fuck. I'm like, otherwise I would have done it, bro. So it was a hit. Everyone loved it.
You
They
can't
want to
be
keep seeing him.
Flume's side piece.
No, and that too. I'm like, dude, I love you, bro, but I got my own shit to do, bro.
What okay, good question.
Go on.
Which one is more daunting, jumping on stage or jumping on stage to compete?
I mean, they're both the same if you think about it. I'm jumping on stage
But one's more
in
your
front of people.
one's more your like domain, One's more like
Jumping on stage with Flume was way more daunting.
yeah, I thought so.
Whereas jumping on stage in my underwear is more fun and easy for me.
Isn't that weird?
But I mean, I was still kind of in my underwear. Like,
Yeah.
think about it. I was like just in a short shorts and I ripped my shirt off. So.
Whose idea was the shirt off? Yours or his?
No, that was Flume's.
Oh, right.
He's like, maybe you can go up there and rip the shirt off and then do your muzzing. I'm like, that's not a bad idea.
Bro, can I ask who invented the muzz?
That's a good question, bro. It came from Melbourne, like back from Chase's Viper days back in Melbourne. It was called the Muzzer Dance. It was way before our time.
Was it?
And we just basically, took that dance, brought it to Sydney, and then popularized it.
Bro,
But we didn't invent the dance, no.
Who is Slendy? Do you know Slendy?
Slender Media, yeah, I've heard of him. Yeah,
Have you seen his muzzing?
Yeah, I've seen his muzzing.
Bro,
yeah.
he's carrying the torch like
I mean, I don't really follow him too much, but yeah, he really loves like the muzzing and the raving and all that. Like,
Yeah.
Bless his little heart. It's cute.
yeah, I say
It's cute. It's real cute.
But he's carried the torch for such a long time.
Yeah, he really is. Yeah,
Bro, he'll be in the retirement home like muzzing.
yeah. Like some people really like are about that life.
Yeah,
Like
that's what I was gonna say.
More power to them, bro. If that's what brings them happiness,
Yeah.
and they like spreading that happiness to others, then
Yeah.
it is what it is, bro. But,
That's hectic.
that's all I can say.
No, that's well said. I feel you. I'm picking up on the vibes. All right, cool. So we had the Flume question. Oh yeah, this is a good one that we kind of that we spoke about, the restrictions of bodybuilding on family life and friendships, because that is obviously, like you kind of in your own world. Like, how does that? Maybe even with your direct family and your close friends, because they're the people that matter, right? Yeah.
So good question. And hear me out. So I've put a hold on obviously like even seeing my parents. So I haven't seen my parents in like almost like 6-7 weeks, and that's a long time for me because I always see them weekly because one, I can't really eat anything outside of my diet, so it's very restrictive, and two, I kind of got to stay focused and unemotional, so I've also detached myself from friends, any love interests I may or may not have, and a few other people that are close in my life that mean a lot to me, just for the mere sake of staying focused on the task and being ferocious and being tenacious and completing the job and winning and doing what I got to do, and I can't do that if I'm giving myself emotionally to people around me that I love and care about. So I've had to become a little bit cold and a little bit calculated in doing what I have to do. And that's what it takes to become a champion, I guess.
It's the same in business, bro. I've had to do that. It's hard.
It is the same in business, yeah.
It's hard.
It's lonely.
really hard.
That's why people say it's lonely.
It's lonely,
Yeah.
but that's a very good answer. I can't even add to that, to be honest. That was like perfect.
Yeah.
I actually know what I do. I'm not going to add to it. I'm going to ask to expand on it a little bit. Like,
Sure.
do you think that like forced isolation and detachment is just the price of the vision?
It's the price you pay, yeah. It's the sacrifice you have to make. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't, I can't expect to have a massive social life, love life, be close with the family and friends and maintain relationships and hanging out with people and checking in on everyone and trying to compete for a fucking bodybuilding show and the biggest one show of all, like a world title with the best of the best in the world. Like it's not just any show, you know.
Yeah, I feel ya.
Shit's gonna be on fucking pay-per-view, buddy.
Yeah. Is it really,
bro? Yeah,
is it
I'll send you
legit?
the link. It's
Yeah, please,
bro. Yeah,
you can show me and we pay for this shit.
Yeah,
We
bro.
got on.
I got you, bro. I got you. G.
Legend.
It's gonna be on pay-per-view. So like, yeah, man, it's a sacrifice you have to make to be the best.
Yeah.
And the ones that don't make the sacrifices aren't the best. They're the ones who fucking come 5th, 6th, 7th and don't place at all. So if you want to be the best, you have to be fucking ferocious, dude.
Couldn't agree more. I think also the good, you got to remember those people are still going to be there because they love you, you know?
Of course.
You're not
they're not going
hotting them away.
Yeah. I basically told them I'll see you guys in 4 months' time.
Yeah.
And if I'm weird up until then, excuse me, like how I am. Like, just don't worry about me. Like, so I just keep myself away from everyone. It's probably the best thing I could do.
Your parents always been supportive of the crew?
My dad, yeah.
Yeah.
Mum has no idea. She probably doesn't even know I'm doing this.
Oh, really?
She doesn't watch my videos, Instagram. No, she kind of just like...
Yeah? It's kind of nice, though, in a way.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
There's a bit of normality in an insane world of, like, you know, fuckery.
Whereas my dad's like... he won't say it, but I know he's Myron and he's a bit of a fan.
Well, you guys are kind of in business now. Doesn't he work with you?
He works for me.
Yeah, I tried to say to let you take the floor, but yeah.
Yeah, he packs my clothing orders and
good,
sends
bro.
everything out. Yeah, it's really so nice. Good. Yeah, so it's good to give the old man that role as he's retired from his old job.
That's the that's one of the perks of the life.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest perks, I'd say.
I feel you, bro.
Being able to help my family.
Some people want to know.
Next question. Let's go.
Yeah. People want to know about the alter ego, Chestbrah versus Zyzz.
Oh,
who gets to see which character? Actually, no. Let me see what the question is. Are they the same? Why did you create Chestbrah? I know the story of how the name came, which was funny on the forums. So yeah, talk to me about the difference between the two and how the fuck did Chestbrah get born?
Okay, so basically, I created, in my eyes, anyways, the alter ego Chestbrah to kind of like protect me from pain and hurt and trauma. It's a character I created to kind of like step outside of being Zyzz Sergeyevich and being this powerful, stoic, I don't give a fuck kind of guy, alpha fucking dude that just wants to do what he does and be muscular and jacked and fucking get female attention and respect from dudes. I created this character to essentially protect myself from hurt and pain and trauma. And I created that character for that reason. But over the years, as I grew up a little bit and matured, I realized that I wasn't being true to my genuine self and that I'm more happy being Zyzz Sergeyevich. The same token.
Your Instagram name's Zyzz as well, right?
Yeah, so the same token how The Rock is really Dwayne Johnson, but the whole world remembers Dwayne Johnson as The Rock. I kind of want the world and people to remember me as Zyzz Sergeyevich over Chestbrah. And I've just spent more time showing people who I truly am, what I'm all about, and who I am outside of the persona and alter ego, because it's just that. It's like an alter ego I created for social media, like a kind of like an actor per se, if you will. And I knew it would help to empower and push young men, you know? But stepping outside of that, I feel like Zyzz Sergeyevich is a bigger sick cunt. So that's kind of like who I'm trying to be more towards, is being more my genuine self.
I love that, bro. That's a beautiful answer. Yeah. Well done. It's almost like you need a bit of both, though, right?
Yeah. So not everyone gets Zyzz Sergeyevich. Not everyone's that privileged to get him. Like most people just get the version of Chestbrah. I'm like, sup, sick cunt. What's up, bro? You Myron? Like, you know, they'll just get like a very one-dimensional version of me, and that's all for all the one-dimensional fake soulless people out there. They'll get that version of me.
So LA gets Chestbrah.
I was just about to say, yeah. Half the people I fuck with in LA get Chestbrah, bro. They don't get Zyzz.
Don't give him Zyzz.
They don't deserve Zyzz.
Don't even send Zyzz over there.
No,
when you book your ticket, book it under Chestbrah.
I think I already did, my friend.
Could you imagine?
First name Chest, last name Brah.
Could you imagine immigration be like, okay, so who the fuck is Chestbrah?
Like, Google me, bitch. You'll find out right away.
That's hectic, bro. Good answer.
Yes. Two different characters, but same guy.
I like that. You need a bit of both, I think. Yeah. And it's good that you choose who you give which one to. And I think it's also good that you kind of, I've noticed that you're building your brand around Zyzz, really.
Yes, yeah. Because I want more people to, like, most people know me as Chestbrah. They don't know me by my actual fucking name.
Well, can I?
I'm doing a very Like, I'm working very hard to change that.
Can I ask something though? Because it's almost like the next chapter of your life that you're in now, like that's really where it's at for your brand. Because it's like that's the apparel, that's the face of the businesses, that's the person that gives the advice. That's really like the future. Is that fair to say?
I mean, yeah, I feel like the future is Say Tagevich. Yeah, definitely. I feel like the future is me as a personality moving forward, inspiring young men, empowering young men to chase their own dreams and, you know, to be true to themselves, to be hardworking, to be stoic, to be brave, and just to be a real man and be a masculine man in a ever pussy ass fucking world where everything's turning PC and guys are becoming soft.
Where do you see, like even in your personal life and your business life, where like, you know, you might come across characters that kind of like blame other people for their problems, that don't have accountability, that don't want to work hard. Do you come across people like that?
Yeah, and they're normally the losers of society, man. The ones that can't accept responsibility, the ones that can't accept when they're wrong.
That's a big one.
You know, it's good to admit your faults and admit when you're wrong. Every time I'm wrong, I'm always quick to apologize to the other party and say I'm sorry and be genuinely regretful and, you know, just own up my mistakes as a man. I feel it's important as a man to own up to your mistakes and to take accountability as a man, because if you don't, then you're not going to improve and you're not going to self-improve. And for me, I always, as you know, I always preach self-improvement and becoming a better person. And you're not going to become a better person if you're just like, you know, just deflecting everything away and not taking accountability, because nobody's perfect. Yeah. We all make mistakes, but the second you learn that, you know, you're acting up or making a mistake and you acknowledge that, then that turns into a place of opportunity of growth. Yeah. And then you can become a better person and then learn from that and then not make the same mistakes. But if you're running and evading everything and throwing everything onto everyone else, then you're always going to stay down here. You're never going to elevate to that next level.
Have you, yeah, that's a good point.
It's just not going to happen.
Have you ever just had to kind of like take some people and just say like, I can't change this person. This is just who they are?
Good question. Yeah, I'm happy you asked that. There are a few lost causes in my life currently as well that I've like tried to take under my wing and they just don't get it. And people like that, you just can't really do too much. The ones that are receptive to wanting to learn and change and listen to your ideas, and it doesn't just go in one ear and out the other, then they're the ones who I give a lot of my time to. But there's certain people that I've encountered in my life currently and before that just were not receptive, were not understanding, and just kind of like a lost cause. Yeah. And with those people, you can't give too much of your energy because you're just going to exhaust yourself.
I was going to say,
being a broken record, you end up parenting them and telling them how to live their life, and then they resent you because they think you're a bad dude, but really all you're trying to do is help them. But
have you learned?
They got to learn that through their own pain and mistakes.
100%. Have you learned not to take it personally and just to like let it go?
Yeah, I don't take it personally now. I kind of detach from the situation emotionally, and I will just give very bland answers to people asking me stupid shit over and over again. That's the same kind of questions, like, bro, like, how do I get big, and why not as big as you? And I've been on stage for 5 weeks, I'm still small. Yeah, and I'm like, oh yeah, cool.
You know, I talked to a CEO in business the other day.
I won't get emotional about it, and I won't start fucking telling them what to do, because I have once or twice and they don't listen, or they just keep asking the same shit.
Well, on this point, like I had a CEO on the other day, he's worth like $100 and something million, and he said you get to a point where your words have such value that when you give them to people who don't deserve it, you're just giving away value.
Yeah. Yes, that's exactly how I feel.
That's why you're on the podcast, brother.
I felt that.
Yeah, that's it, man.
I actually felt that.
We talk to our own kind around here,
and as you said that, it's fucking 333.
Fucking bang,
what
bro.
What the fuck, dude? Yeah. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Dude, that's trippy, bro.
No, that's life, man. That's life.
Dude, that's trippy. But yes, I do feel like a lot of my knowledge now,
it's value.
If I do say so myself, is fucking value through life experience and obviously results that I've shown time and time and again in my ventures, in my competitive bodybuilding career, in my online businesses that have been all successful that I've launched. And I feel like if someone's not respecting my knowledge and my expertise,
you just don't give it to them
in my field, and I'm the fucking grandmaster in my fucking field, bro.
Yeah, but don't give it away for free. Fuck it. I mean, give it to people who deserve it.
It's not about being free or not. I give it to people who deserve it.
Correct.
But people that don't listen,
correct,
and it's out one ear out the other, and they take me for granted. Let me tell you, when I pull away,
that was my head in, bro.
When I pull away and I stop giving them that advice and I just tell them what they want to hear, become a yes man. Like, hey man, do you think I'll grow muscle? Do you think I'm jacking up? I'm like, yeah, I
bro,
do.
I've had to do this in business as well.
Yeah, you look good.
Wait,
awesome, man.
I want to make millions of dollars. Can I? I'm like, yeah, just do that.
I agree with them.
Just smile and become an NPC.
Yeah. I just, and then they're more happy hearing that than hearing real talk. Than me telling them they're a little bitch. Than me telling them they need to man up, train harder, diet harder. They're not made for the bodybuilding lifestyle. They're a fucking loser. They need to get a job. job. They're not made to hear real things because people are fucking emotional.
I'm having an agreement orgasm under the table here. I just came a little bit as well.
Yeah, just try not to play footsies with me. But bro, that's true. That's true. Yeah, so I'm not attached to it. Before I'd get really worked up. Now I'm just like, not my problem.
It's a good place to be at in life, though. Bro. It really is. Yeah. That's a profound point, man, because I think when you're at that place, it's like it's
time
so
is
good.
Valuable, man.
Yeah, and you don't waste it to
receptive people, bro.
Yeah, non-deserving recipients.
Yeah, and not everyone deserves it, and not everyone's capable of like being the next best thing. So
I've got a good one.
You don't want to give it to people that you know it's just not going to be for them.
Okay, I got a good one for you. So yeah, people who don't deserve it, NPC. Yep, do you. Just say whatever you got to say.
So many NPCs.
Oh, bro, everywhere. How does it feel, though, when you bestow the information to deserving people and you watch them evolve? Because, listen...
It feels amazing.
I'm sure...
I've had a few people like that. I've had one kid recently, Joey Chad, this young kid that, like, fucking looks up to me big time. And, like, from meeting me, he was, like, so skinny, a bit shy, a bit nervous, wanting to do social media. And now he's, like, competing in IFBB, came, like, second in his show, growing his social media, more confident, just looks fucking awesome. He's fucking almost as big as me and he's only, like, 20 years old.
Yeah.
And it's just, like, it brings a tear to my eye. I'm like, shit, man, this kid's fucking learning.
But how good does
he's receptive and he's like going to be better than me.
But how good does that make you feel?
Fucking feels mad.
Yeah,
like, I live for that shit. That shit makes me happy.
Do you find it's weird? Because I find a lot of people at this level, like, you get to a point where money's money, like it is what it is, but this stuff...
That's what I was saying. I want to go back to even like personal training.
Yeah.
5 to 10 specialized clients a week because fuck the money, bro.
Yeah.
I want to like... go back to like basic simple things that derive me pleasure and training clients was one of them. So if I can do that on like a casual fun basis, it's going to make me feel good because I like intrinsically within myself, I have this quality where like I like to help people.
Yeah.
It makes me feel good. You can't just like take and not give back because there's no like sense of fulfillment and there's no sense of like, you know, that warm and fuzzy feeling of just feeling nice and shit. Like you don't get that by just fucking making money and grinding all that. Bro, you get that by like helping people. And when you can help someone and change their life, bro, not only does it make you feel good, you know that by God and by like karma and energies and shit like that, you know it's all going to come back to you.
What are some other instances where you've had a similar thing where you've imparted some of this and it's improved?
Like honestly, man, there's been so many like people on the journey. I can't even begin to sit here and tell you.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
But it's a good feeling, hey?
It's a great feeling.
Yeah.
It's probably the best feeling. It's probably the best part of my job.
I didn't even know that, man. That's good to know.
Yeah, it's probably the best part of what I do.
I kind of thought to myself, like, it's very common in business and startups.
Because you reach a level where it's like, you know, you've fucking done everything and had everything and seen everything and been everywhere and that you want to, like, pass the knowledge on to, like, you know, the new generation.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, if you have that ability to do so, why wouldn't you?
It's part of the legacy, bro.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
They say...
it just feels mad.
Say a man
dies... right.
You know? Say a man dies twice. Once when his heart stops and once the last time his name's mentioned. You know? Have you heard that one?
I have.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that one in a while, actually.
Yeah, so it's like the more people you impart this to, the longer you're going to like extend that legacy beyond you.
Yeah, exactly right. I want it to be way beyond me. I don't want it to. I want it to be like a family, a brotherhood, a movement.
Yeah.
You know, not just something that's formed from two brothers. It has to be so much bigger than that. And the only way I can do that is to get a whole bunch of people on the program. You know.
Yeah, that's
get a whole bunch of people with the program.
And what we said before the podcast, the archaeologist.
It's very limited when it's just two people, bro.
Yeah.
But when it's like a family, a movement.
Well, you've almost...
That's when magic happens.
You've almost come up with like a scalable way to have an impact on a lot of these younger people, right?
What do you mean by that?
Scalable in the sense that like you can only have a one-on-one conversation with one person at a time. But if you're creating content and apparel and supplements and like personal care products and things that can impact tens of thousands of people, it's a more scalable impact. Have you ever thought about that?
No, I haven't thought about it like that, actually. No, not at all. But now that you mention it, I mean, I guess so.
Well, even the online PT stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Like
the online coaching.
Yeah. Like, can you talk about like how many people you've had in that program? Has it been quite a lot or?
Yeah, I'm coaching hundreds of clients at the moment and had that online coaching for about 7-8 months.
Yeah.
So it's relatively new and it's really good. It's a platform that I created with a bunch of developers that's really helping to change many people's lives.
That would have been hard.
A year in the making, a year and a half.
Is that how long it took?
Yeah, it took a long time because the app itself and the platform to create was like 20G.
Yeah.
And then to get all the people behind that, the right people, nutritionists, this, that, and then It's just, it's one big ass process.
So just to give it a bit of a plug, because it is a cool product. So people come in and they get access to what?
So they get access to a personalized meal plan.
Yeah.
A customized and personalized workout program. It changes every 4 weeks, so they're not eating the same foods and they're not in the gym doing the same shit. So it progressively overloads their program. So every 4 weeks they can change their program, or it's automatically changed for them, and they get new foods, new things. And the platform itself lets the clients track their lifts, so they can, obviously, if they got like chest day, they'll see their first exercise and it'll be like a video of me demonstrating the chest exercise, speaking about how to do it, and then it'll give them like a time limit, and then they'll log their lift. They'll say, okay, I bench pressed 100 kilos for 10 reps, and then you click a timer and it says 2 minutes. So you got 2 minute rest until you got to do your second set. So they're accounted for every minute that they're in the gym, and then they'll do their second set. They'll log their lift, and then the lifts that they log are compared every week. So they log in their lifts every week for every body part.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the month, the platform would be like, okay, cool, you have progressively overloaded here on back and chest.
So it stores all their data in the app. Really?
Everything.
And you can graph it and chart
everything.
That's
everything.
hectic.
It's fucking mad.
How was that difficult to build?
And then you log in.
On the back end? Because like the data parts of it.
It was hard. And I was a part of the development process too.
That's hectic.
So it was like, because I wanted it to be a specific certain type of way, you know?
Yeah.
For anyone that's wanting to check that out,
it's a good plug.
legacyphysiques.com. And I help people of all ages, men, women, young, old, people with injuries, pregnant women, sports specific. I handle all sorts of clients, and it's a really nice private space that I am very proud of, and we have many people that I'm changing many people's
You should
lives,
be, bro.
so.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
seriously, like I know,
I love it.
like the tech part of it's very difficult, especially when you got to deal with developers all day.
But once it's done, it's just a matter of just providing that service to the clients, and then it's like it just grows and grows and gets bigger.
Is it like a community on the back of it as well?
Yeah,
They go in the
I've got a
groups
private Facebook group where like I post like memes and captions and photos, and checking in on everyone, making sure they're all good. You know, like an online coach.
Bro,
he's always like watching over his clients, making sure they're doing the right thing. And sometimes it's just about being present there to give people that extra push in the gym.
Yeah.
Like, okay, shit, we got Chestbrah watching over us, like guiding us, like he's fucking posting all this shit on the page. I'm motivated to go train. Like, sometimes it's not even about the fucking program.
It's about the community.
It's about the community. It's about giving them that bit of you that they can fall back on and be inspired by, you know? So,
bro, that's cool. Yeah, it sounds good. It sounds like remember Fight Club? It's like everyone's lining up to get in.
It is an aesthetics club, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, that's exactly what it is.
That's good.
Bro. And it's super exclusive.
That's good. Not for the faint-hearted. But I didn't even know it had all the analytics and data storage and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's why it's fucking...
All right, big plug for that one. We're going to clip this one. So the other two questions that we've got, one was about... how do you manage the situation with girls how do you balance that out with the grind, you know? Whether it's bodybuilding or business or chasing your own goals, like... You know, what's your view on how do those two things coexist for you? Because, you know, it's not like you're going to be short of girls.
So basically, it's a decision you have to make. You can't just have both. So if you want to be really successful in your field, and it's not just, closed off to just bodybuilding in the fitness realm. In any kind of industry, if you want to be successful at what you do, you need to make some sacrifices. And I feel like as a young man, if you're out there just chasing girls left, right, and center, then you're wasting a lot of your time and energy into things that don't really matter, that aren't intrinsically going to help you. From a business and financial perspective, or in your industry. The only way that's going to help you is if you have like a woman who's like your backbone, you know, and she's your queen, supporting you and propelling you to be even a greater man.
I'm glad you said that, because to be honest, bro, the only reason I had a lot of the stuff I had was because I did have that.
Yeah,
I was very, very lucky. Yeah. But I know how lucky I am in that.
Yeah,
regard.
You're lucky, man. Yeah, let me tell you, because a lot of people don't get that. So in my situation, I just have to keep myself grounded, keep myself away from any temptation, just because I know I get more shit done and I'm more focused and driven when I'm not out there chasing girls and just like living that kind of degenerate bullshit lifestyle.
Can I ask you, do you have any girls from like back in your history that you still keep in touch with?
Yeah, I got a few friends, ones that knew me before my fame and before the come up that I still talk to.
Yeah, and are they like an important part of life? Like, do they keep you grounded in that sense, you know? Because you've got your boys, but I'm just curious if you've kept
They're more so friends from a distance. Like, I don't see them and they live in different like suburbs and cities, but, you know, they'll check in on me and just I'll check in on them, and it's just kind of like friends from a distance kind of thing.
Yeah,
it's nice to have female energy sometimes around you in an industry where I'm so like fucking like this with competing against other fucking men on high testosterone.
Yeah.
It's nice to have some feminine energy on the side, just to kind of like, give you a different kind of like feeling and perspective on life, even if it's just a conversation.
Can I tell you, that's like a really nuanced answer. I would not have thought that you could like balance it out, because
it's hard to do so.
Yeah,
but you just got to set barriers, and you just got to have a little bit of boundaries as well.
Yeah. That's
just tough as a man. If you can set those boundaries and stick to them, then you're going to be golden.
Dude, I could tell you some horror stories about men that I've seen get broken by.
I've seen it too. Yeah. This is why I always advocate for men to stop chasing pussy and just to become a high value male, become successful in their field, become hardworking, become just very driven and focused on the task at hand. And then after success and all that comes, then the girls will come later. It's like a byproduct. The women are a byproduct of success. All these dudes out there young just chasing fucking girls like it's the best thing and end of the world. Like they're wasting their fucking time. They could be chasing success. They could be starting a business.
What was the other thing we talked about that was a byproduct? Oh, your products are a byproduct. No, what was it? We talked about your views on like self-care and self-improvement and looking after yourself, feeling good, looking good, and how like the products in your portfolio are a byproduct of your views on the world.
Didn't we speak about that before?
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying it's interesting because like, you just said girls are a byproduct of success. It's like if you focus on this, then that comes, you know?
Here's the thing, man. 80% of girls are chasing the top 20% of dudes. Hypergamy now is at a fucking all-time crazy level where, just your average dude is having trouble even attracting attention from a below average kind of chick.
Do you see this a lot in your like DMs where guys are like struggling with this topic?
Dude. I see it a lot, and I tell them the same thing. I'm like, dude, like in this day and age, no chick is going to take you seriously and stay with you if you don't got your shit together, if you don't have like a good job, you're making a solid income. You don't have to be rich and making a crazy income, but you got your shit together. You got a roof over your head. You have a steady, stable income, and you're doing something with yourself. These kind of things are what females and women in this day and age find attractive. Like even a relationship now isn't just a relationship. Love, I use that term very loosely. Love is very conditional with women. They're not just gonna fucking love you just for you. I'm sorry. Like if a woman's making more money than the man, somewhere along the lines, it's gonna send her fucking bits a little bit dry, and she's gonna be a little bit turned off. So as a man, you need to take the lead. As a man, you need to show initiative. As a man, you need to be the breadwinner. And this is what I try to teach to young men, to just focus on whatever it is that they love in life, whatever it is that they're doing. Be good at it, do it passionately, and I promise the right kind of women will step and make their way into your life. That's just how it works.
Yeah. So focus on success first.
Otherwise, you're just chasing pointless relationships and flings that don't mean anything anyways.
It's almost like chasing junk food, hey?
It's a temptation. It's like the forbidden fruit.
Yeah,
you can't help yourself as a man. Like we all have needs and urges and shit, but you just know you'll be better off for it, saving your money, saving your time, saving your energy, than chasing for it. How do I know? Because I've fucking lived it, bro. I chased fucking females like there was no tomorrow, bro.
I was almost about to say, I'm talking to a dude.
It was a fun time. It was a really fun time. Wouldn't change for the world.
Well, I mean, you've managed to not even jerk off for the past
1 day, but it'll be 2 months. My longest I've gone is 6 months. But let me tell you,
how did you do that?
6 months. Well, I had to win my pro card last year. 6 months I didn't jerk off. It was nuts.
I
At the end, I didn't even feel like I had a sex drive. It was bad. But listen, man. What were we just talking about before?
No, we're just talking about like putting success before chasing short-term relationships.
Yeah, and I was just saying, like, this is like speaking through experience. Like, if I just did everything that I said, like I'm telling you guys to do, and the viewers and shit, then dude, I would have had my success now at 37. I would have had that at 27.
Yeah,
I would have saved 10 fucking years of my life.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like always pushing this to young men, just to like, don't worry about settling down and getting married in their 20s. Don't worry about having a family in their 20s or even a fucking girlfriend in your 20s. Keep that shit 30 plus and make your 20s your time of grinding and being successful, starting a business, taking risks, traveling, just don't be afraid to even fail. Like let yourself fail. Failure is good.
It's the best thing in the world.
I failed so many
businesses.
Best
thing in the world, bro.
I failed so many fucking times before.
I won't employ someone that hasn't failed at something.
You know what I mean?
They have to have failed. Yeah.
If you're out there just chasing girls and relationships and pointless, petty, stupid shit, and indulging in your in your forbidden fruit, then you're gonna fucking waste time of your life, and that's the bottom line. I'm trying to stop men from doing that.
Can I ask, you probably get like a unique insight into the minds of a lot of young guys these days, right? Because like, I mean, even like, I'm just gonna like say, you know, a university or like someone doing a theoretical study on what are young men thinking about and what challenges are they facing. Like some of the DMs that you get, you're seeing stuff that I think a lot of people wouldn't see, you know? How does it feel to kind of get that insight into what people are thinking? And like, do you feel that you've got an obligation to help a lot of these young dudes?
I mean, I feel like I have a responsibility, yeah. I feel like with any kind of level of fame and influence, there's always a level of responsibility. And I feel like if I can be the voice of reason for these young men, then it's up to me and it's my duty as a man to steer these guys in the right direction, because I didn't have that kind of like those male role models in my life growing up. All I had was the guys on the magazines, the Arnie Schwarzenegger, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Sly Stallone, you know. These are the guys that I would like look up to, but I couldn't relate to them. I couldn't speak to them and send them a DM and be one message away from having a chat with them. But now these younger kids, they're not looking up to dudes like that. They're looking up to dudes like me and other influencers and people that they can relate more with. So I feel like, if they can speak to me and get a hold of me, and we manage to come into communication, and if I can just say a few words that can like change their day or change their like perspective or way of thinking things, then I'm going to do that.
That's a good point, bro. That's a very good point.
I'm going to do that to the best of my ability.
Like accessibility is like something that we didn't really have.
Yeah, so this generation, they're pretty lucky, man.
Yeah. Can you imagine if we could message Arnold and be like, bro, I need some advice?
Bro, it didn't even have to be Arnold. If there was just like other older brother type figures around there, like a step below Arnold, you know? And you could speak to him, that'd be fucking, even that would have been mad, you know?
Well, another question that we got, I'm not going to pull out the phone because I just read it a second ago, was like, people probably don't know that you used to be a video game nerd.
Oh, yeah.
World of Warcraft.
Bro, no, I was more like Final Fantasy, Zelda Ocarina of Time, Mario Brothers, Donkey Kong.
Zelda.
And sometimes like I like to throw back on my social media and use songs from like popular video games that I played, like Donkey Kong, Mario Brothers, Zelda Ocarina of Time,
Smash Brothers.
Fantasy 7. I didn't really like Smash Brothers too much. It was a good game. I was more like the RPG type of game, like open world kind of guy who played those kind of games.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, I would like leave high school just to go home and play like video games all day. I'd like have to I'd get in detention because I'd jig school not to go play sport and hang out with chicks in the mall and smoke cigarettes. I'd jig school to go play video games.
Just being hectic, eh?
Yeah, I was a funny cunt. Yeah.
Isn't it funny how you get out of
But I still think I am a nerd, bro. I'm just a nerd trapped in a fucking jacked fucking Chad's physique, bro. You know what I mean? That's all I am, bro. Don't let the exterior fool you, bro. I'm very smart.
You're going for the Giga Chad?
Some say it is so. Some say it is so.
What's the... Yeah, there's different breeds of Chads, right? Giga Chad, Chad of Kavach.
I think I'm a self-made Chad. I mean, always a Chad. I built my way up to becoming a Chad.
Yeah.
Think about it. Like I was skinny, shy, awkward, bit geeky, but I worked on these things and I guess you can't even call them character flaws. I just developed as a man and just grew into the man I am today. Whatever you want to call it is whatever you want to call it, bro.
Well, you got to become what you want to be in this world, right?
I wanted to become a sick cunt.
Yeah, well, then that's what you got to do.
There you go. There you go, guys.
Wait, cheers.
I'll
that's the secret to life.
Yeah.
Also, it's a good segue to the last question, which I think is an important one, because, you know, have you had fun on this?
This has been good. It's actually gone so fucking quick,
bro. This has been 2 hours.
We've done like 3 hours. Minutes. Actually, what time? It's 4. What time do we get in here?
1 o'clock.
Fuck.
It's 3 hours.
What time did we go on our break?
Oh, we only went for like a quick piss. What, has it been 3 hours?
But what time did we go on our break? Was it 3:30?
You mean 2.5?
2.5. Yeah, 2.5, bro.
We've been 2.5.
Yeah.
We said we'd hit 3. We've been pretty close.
Can I tell you what else I like about when we line this up? You didn't even flinch. You're like, let's just try bang 3. I was like, fuck, this guy's
because like
going on.
I'm just like, one, I enjoy talking shit. It's fucking mad fun
with good people.
Yeah. And 2, I don't know. I've just done so many podcasts. I know kind of like how it rolls. And in 1 hour, you can't really talk and articulate thoughts. You're kind of just rushing and shit. So.
Well, I think with this one, bro, the good thing that what I've liked about this conversation with you and me has been like, we're not rehashing anything, you know. This is just all new stuff.
As well, yeah. A lot of the podcasts they can always talk about the same
which is fair enough because a lot of people want to educate themselves on that. But I think it's nice.
It's nice to always like cover new shit and do.
Yeah, bro, 100%. Because there's heaps of cool shit going on at the moment with you.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, like we're only just scraping the surface, man.
100%.
I'm sure over the next few months, there'll be more and more.
Bro, after you get the win, let's get a whole case of Prime and just go on a fucking podcast bender.
Oh, mate, I don't think I'll be around here when I win, bro. I'll be traveling the world, bro, going fucking nuts, bro. I tell you.
So the last...
I won't be seen for another 6 months. I'll probably disappear, bro.
Bro, you do you, man.
Jamaica, just partying, dude, or some shit.
Yeah.
I was thinking of going to Jamaica, yeah.
Do you see that island? It's
maybe
called...
going to, obviously I'm probably going to go to Miami. And I wanted to visit Mexico as well after my comp. Go to like Cancun or Tulum.
Do you like Miami?
Miami was nice, but I was only there for 3 days, so I didn't really get a chance to explore Miami. I just went there for the Fresh and Fit podcast.
Where'd you stay when you were
photo shoot? I did a photo shoot with a famous photographer.
Yeah.
I can't remember where I stayed. My mate booked it all.
It was the Fountain Blues where we stayed. The big water fountain where all the yachts are parked. Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. No, I can't remember.
There's so many fucking yachts over there too.
Yeah, there's a lot. And
you think you know money?
A Ferrari or Lambo. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I would hate to be out here because I wouldn't feel like I'll feel like an ant.
Yeah. It's weird, bro. Like, even our driver had a gun on him the whole time he was with us because we would go.
It's like fully like a proper Hispanic community.
Did you go to Club 11?
I didn't go clubbing at all.
No. Club 11's like, it's out of this world. It's like a 3-story club, and like I was blind at the time. I don't get drunk that often, and there's all these girls walking around with like no tops. I'm like, what the fuck?
Really?
Yeah, I'm like,
sounds
why?
Like a fucking strip club. Bro.
What they did is they fuse a strip club into a club. So you're just hanging out, and the strippers just walk around. It's so weird, bro. Like, imagine Stereosonic, right? And then you just unleash 50 strippers through Stereosonic. That's what it's like.
They probably just had their tits out. Just walking around with it.
No, they're strippers like in the club. It's so weird.
Dude, that's wild.
Yeah, next time you're there, we should go.
I wouldn't be able to focus, but sure, I'm down.
So the next question, this is the most important one. So we've talked about, this, that, we've covered a little bit of the past, where you're at now. I know where you're at in life now, and I definitely know where your business is at, and I honestly think you're at a stage where it's like, it's almost a new beginning with like bigger promise ahead of it. Like I think I know where you're going to be in the next 10 years, and it's a good place from business perspective. Like, where do you want to take this in the next 10 years? Because it really comes down to you. Like, how high do you want to go?
I want to take it all the way, man. I want to take it to levels that I probably would never have imagined it. I want to maybe one day start my own federation, bodybuilding federation. I maybe one day want to start be a star in a movie or make it to Hollywood.
Yeah.
I want to be like an advocate for like men's health and be like a motivational speaker of sorts, traveling around the world, like helping and guiding young men, as well as obviously like the bodybuilding aspect, just to be the cream of the crop in my industry and be a high class, high profile athlete with multiple businesses that are helping people and ones that I can be proud of. Hopefully open up and own my own gym in the near future as well as just have my foot in like many different little avenues and facets of life within fitness and also outside of fitness too. And at the same time, probably be a bit more settled down and maybe start a family, meet a woman.
That's a good answer, bro.
And just kind of just like sail off into the sunset as sick cunt.
Yeah. I don't even think you need to sail off, bro. Just fucking cruise around till your time's up.
I think I've already been sailing off, bro. I think I've been sailing off for a while, bro. But I think, like, dude, like, I'm 37, but I feel like I'm just, like, in the prime of my life now. Like, honestly, this is my prime now. And I feel like the next 2, 3, 4 years, 5 years are going to be very pivotal.
Yeah.
It can take me from the, like, high level. Like, I'm at a high level now. But I'm not nowhere near, like, fucking... Yeah. I want to go from, like, this high level to, like... Bro, like, extraordinary. Like,
well, you know what the good thing is,
like,
bro?
Fucking, like...
All the seeds have been planted.
They have.
Yeah.
It's just time now.
You just got to grow those trees, man.
Those fuckers.
That's
cultivating,
it.
Fucking raking them, fucking feeding
water them.
Watering.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, the hard work's been done.
Yep.
People work their whole life just to get a bit of clout and a bit of status and fame.
Yeah.
I've had that for a while, so now it's just a point of, like, making a few smart moves, a few smart investments, and just staying grounded and focused. And yeah, the next 5 years could be insane.
I think that will be insane.
I think so too. Yeah. So I'm just bracing myself and praying to God that I'm able to handle it all and take it all on board, because it's shit's gonna get crazy, man.
I think God's gonna have you back, bro.
I think so too.
Bro, listen, I knew it was gonna be good, but like this has even exceeded my expectations.
Thanks, bro. I'm happy you enjoyed it.
This
is the best I could do. Like, in the calorie deficit, bro. Let me tell you, I'm hungry right now. I'm like sniffing off my meal.
I was gonna say I couldn't retain this level of positive energy if I was hungry. I'd be the biggest prick.
Yeah, I'm pretty hungry. You've
done well, bro.
I'm alright. Yeah, I mean, I've enjoyed the conversation, so it's kind of taken my mind off food. But no, listen, I'm happy we're wrapping it up now because I'm starving.
You're a man of your word, and I think you're right. I think the next 5 years is going to be explosive, and it's good to be there. And mate, thank you. We should do this again.
Thank you, brother. I'm down to do round 2, man.
Absolute pleasure.
We can do round 2 after the call.